Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Blasters and Bandits. It has been a couple weeks since we last played, but we're back and we're here to play to have us a good time. So, thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I am the host and GM of this show, Josh902, and this is the crew. It's been like 2 weeks since we played. Jedi Survivors come out. We did really long streams of those. I know DT and I did. Bigfoot's been playing it. And yeah, we just we haven't been live the last little bit, so we are now. Also, my NVIDIA voice is being finicky as usual, but it's fine. If you hear something roaring in the background, it's my AC, because it's really hot. Yeah, who wants to recap us? Who remembers what happened last time? Or do you want me to do it?
I guess I'm the one who most recently
You're the most recent. Yes, Bigfoot. Even though Bigfoot was not here for part of it, he recently watched the videos, which are up on YouTube, by the way. So if you missed any of the previous episodes, you can come check those out on my YouTube. But go ahead, Bigfoot. Go ahead and recap us. What happened last time?
All right. So for the first half of it, when I was actually here and available, we were starting our investigation into the murder of one Tycho. What was his full name? I believe it was Tycho something. I can't remember.
Tycho Loa.
Tycho Loa, yes. Tycho Loa. And so we were beginning our investigation of that. Prior to investigating it, Markus contacted our contact Caden from the Zon Consortium to relay our information, and once we get back to Nar Shaddaa, we'll receive our payment and things for that job. So as we began our investigation, Doc managed to find some information from the computers and was able to find some camera footage that allowed us to see that the angle of the shot was not. It wouldn't have been possible for Hugo to have taken the shot from the angle that we saw it at. So as we investigated further, Jeudy found that there was a camera that was missing from the area and was purposefully taken out and shit. And that led us to start our investigations into their personal lives of Padma and Hugo, I'm sorry, which led us to first Padma's apartment house.
The Padma's pad. Let's go.
Padma's pad. Let's do it. But we went in there. Oyen had an amazing fucking perception roll, which was it Oyen or it was Oyen who got an amazing perception roll.
I had 2 triumphs, baby. Let's go.
Two triumphs. This guy fucking saw everything in the house, including the terribly super cliche and very like you could see she was simping hard for somebody poetry, and everything within her pad, and also there was a cache of very very illegal Imperial blasters within, which pointed to a lot of not so good things for Padma and everything. And we got the initials of NH, which implied that there was a second or a third party in this who was influencing things, which we also...
I believe, Bigfoot, I need to interrupt you here for a second. I believe the cache of weapons were actually at Tycho Loa's estate?
Yes, Tycho Loa. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to clarify
Padma
that.
Had no, you're right. Padma had the fucked up poetry that gave us the MH name, which showed that there was a connection between the two. Plus the what's it called? Off of the data pad, the fucking information that Jeudy and Doc were able to download.
The meetup for the shipment coming in.
Yeah, the shipment. Why am I blanking on the fucking what this is called? Anyway, we were able to connect more. No, the manifest.
The manifest. The shipping manifest.
Yes. we were able to make a connection of like this might be the same person. Then obviously, as we moved past the Tagalocian, we saw that there might be a connection. That everybody went to investigate Hugo's place, found that he was an extremely like devout, like New Republic fucking supporter, and he was like very paranoidly trying to figure out who was or might be in a conspiracy for Imperial like wrongdoings and things, which is why he went to like confront Tycho and shit with information to see if he was an Imperial and shit before he got taken out. And then we went to actually talk to Hugo. It found that was it what was his name?
Which guy?
The MH dude, I believe he was already at
Maxier Horn.
Maxier Horn.
Oh, MH, yeah.
Yeah, my initials in the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he was already at the fucking prison. Like he was talking to him already.
No. You're thinking of Rhaego Kasich.
Rhaego Kasich, yes. Rhaego Kasich was
Sorry,
already
there's
there.
A lot. So for anybody watching, this is a massive conspiracy with a lot of names.
There's a lot of names and conspiracy shit. Like
so Max Tier is the MH, and then Rhaego is the dude that was already there visiting Homeboy when we got there.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw him. We talked to Hugo a bit. Tried to get a little bit of more information from him. He was semi forthcoming, but also not extremely trusting of us, because he doesn't know where our loyalties lie, and we weren't able to really convince him one way or the other. So we weren't able to get that from him. Then we went to investigate Padma, only to find she is not there any longer. And that's where we ended. Also, Jeudy blew up a data pad.
I tried to get the fucking computer, and the computer was like, nah. So upset. I wanted to use that.
You pretty much formatted the hard drive.
Got information from it. Died.
So yeah, before we begin, I'm going to ask you all to do what we always do, which is roll Destiny points. I will put it in the chat. Just click there where it says click here to roll Destiny pool.
Okay.
The light. Yes.
Hey.
The only one who fucked us. The only one who fucked us.
Sorry, man. We got 6-1, man. We're doing all right.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right.
I believe this fucking chair.
Very nice. Okay. Excellent. Okay, you guys find yourselves within the local security office. Right, you're standing in the doorway to the room where Padma was last. That you guys knew Padma to last know her to be, and the room is currently empty. What do you do?
Wait, she's not here? Where, what?
Yeah,
Do we know about, does anyone know about this?
And then I would like to see if I can contact my boy and see if Ryan, see if he's if he knows anything about this, or if there's anybody outside, like maybe Daymont.
Yeah,
well.
there are guards and stuff walking around, and stuff. So you can grab one of them, or you can contact Ryan, whichever.
Yeah.
Whichever you want to do.
So we're inside. So we're inside the cell that she was kept in.
She wasn't in a cell. Remember, she wasn't under arrest. She was just kind of being kept in a room.
Okay. Can I look around the room to see if there's anything odd? Maybe something hidden?
Sure. You don't need the roll, Jeudy, just because I can straight up tell you there's nothing unusual about the room. And there's nothing really hidden in the room. for you to be able to find. So you don't even need to roll. Like you give it a once over. It's pretty obvious that there's nothing here for to find.
Is there any? I don't know. Does she have any poetry here, like she did back at her house?
Did she have any what? Sorry.
Poetry, like she did.
Oh,
back
poetry.
At the house?
No, you don't find any poetry or anything like that. So the room is like, it's not a cell. It's just a big room. It has like a couch, and there's like a table in the middle of it and chairs. Like it kind of is more like a little bit of an office. No windows or anything like that. As you kind of look over the room, there's nothing really that you're able to find. There's no poetry, just nothing unusual, really.
Okay, I just thought to double check.
Is there any way in or out of that room other than the door?
No, there's no windows or anything like that.
Is there a camera in the room?
Yeah, there's a camera in the room.
Well, there we go. We can just go check the security feeds then. See what happened with her.
Yeah, but first
if
let's
maybe
do
someone-
Oyen. Oyen, were you gonna get a guard in the hall?
I'm trying to contact Ryan first. Yeah.
Okay. So
So through like the comm link or holo projector, whichever, I'll hit him up.
yeah, it does the equivalent of a Star Wars ring a couple times, and then there is the voice. You hear the voice of Ryan on the other, and it says, "Hi, hello, hi, Oyen. What do you need? What's up? Do you need help?"
During our investigation here, we've come back to where you were holding Padma, but she's no longer here. Do you have any idea what could have happened or what she could have done?
It's quite possible somebody let her go home. It has been quite a little bit since she's been held, so she may have needed a shower or such. You might want to check with the guards there. Is his response.
So around how much time? This is like just me out of character. Like me asking you, Josh. How long has it been since like the whole festival and like investigation and all that stuff?
It's been like,
because I mean, in real life it's been weeks, but in game it's been like what, a couple days or something, maybe.
I think it's been like. So the riot happened. You guys slept. You woke up and had the investigation the next day. So it's been like 24-ish hours. Like you've spent. Yeah, it's been like 24 hours basically.
Okay.
At this point. Since it's happened.
All right.
So it wouldn't be that unusual for somebody to kind of go home. You know, you would know in your head, but you might want to, not might want to, but the guards would know rather.
Yeah. Okay.
So while you're not here, who else is in charge? Is Daemont in charge, or do you have, or perhaps Tichua, or who's your second in command over here?
There's no real like second in command. You might just have to check. Like there's some that have different ranks and stuff. So he says, if you want to go to Daemon will probably know what's going on. While he's usually the main one, kind of at the security office.
All right, I'll be sure to do that then. Thanks.
And then I just hang up.
Okay. So at this point, by the way, guys, you've pretty much, just so you're aware, just so you know, yeah, you've pretty much completed the quest technically. Like you have proven that, for the most part, with all the evidence you've gathered from like all of the shootings and stuff, that you, definitively that I'm in the wrong notes. That Hugo Laga, rather, not Loa. Sorry, getting my names confused up.
Loa, Laga, you know.
Yeah, all the L names. It's been a couple weeks, guys. We're gonna make some mistakes this game because your boy is a little fried. There's enough evidence to prove that he has not murdered Tycho, right? So that is something that you know of, just so you're aware. Like, you have pretty much completed that. At any point, if you want to turn that in for money. But as you continue this investigation, you may choose to do so if you want to. Yeah. Yes, Bigfoot, were you gonna ask something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, no, yeah, like I know to the letter we completed the task like in game like 2 hours ago. And,
It is
like,
true.
Could have turned it like.
That's true. I just wanted to remind you guys have technically solved it at this point.
Yeah.
Or at least that part of it.
It's just weird now
because we haven't played in
like,
a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just at that weird point where I feel like we're all just like, okay, this shit is a lot.
Okay, so what's the plan now? Do you want to go find Daemon? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Daemon.
All right. You walk
Let's go
around
find
the
out, Daemon.
base. You walk around the base, and you're able to find him over in the security office where you guys were earlier, where the where you viewed the cameras, and that area where all the computers and all that stuff kind of is going on. Sorry, not computers. The terminals are located.
Yeah.
You see him kind of just kind of working on the side, doing some paperwork.
Corporal, I know some time has passed since the whole incident. However, I was wondering if you would still be able to speak with Padma. But as we went in, we didn't see her there. So I'm wondering if maybe you let her go, or if you know anything about her not being around at the moment.
He looks up and he says, yeah, we had a couple of guards escort her to her home probably about 30 minutes ago, just so she could get a change of clothes and wash up. You can meet them over there if you want. It'll be Privates Verse and Kale escorted her home. So I'll put those names in the chat for you guys if you want.
All right, very well. Thanks for the help.
Yep, no problem. He kind of goes back to his busy work on the terminal that he was in.
Yeah, so I walk out of there again. And I don't know who came in with me for that, but if not, I'll just relay the information back to the group.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would have been that.
I just kind of assume you're all together at this point, walking around.
So you said these guys were privates?
Privates, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Privates, Kale, and Verse. Almost said Varen, like fucking from Mass Effect, but that's not right. So yeah, that's the that's the info. They let her go home. They escorted her home to get some like a shower or in the refresher and all that dealio.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to talk to her. We should head over there.
Yeah, we should go.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You guys head out of the security office, and the mood outside is very subdued after the previous events, festivities. After the riot broke out and the murder happened and all them shenanigans. So the mood outside is fairly subdued. There's people walking on the streets, as there always will be, obviously, as there's a bustling town and whatnot. But what was a fun and joyous event previously has become a very dour, down, kind of depressed mood set that you can just pick up on easily as you walk through the streets. Are you guys gonna walk, or are you gonna take a speeder? Because you can get a speeder from like the guards if you want.
Well, how far is it? Is it like far enough to take a speeder? Because if so, then yeah, we'll probably do that.
It's probably not super far, but like you guys have been walking around a lot. Your legs might be tired.
Sure, let's take this. Let's take this.
Yeah, so you're able to for the sake of brevity, there's a guard over there, and you know they kind of give you like a little, just a simple little speeder car, kind of like Luke's from A New Hope type looking deal. It's colored in like a bright blue and yellow color, and you get on and you start to ride over to Padma's like apartment building. And if nobody has anything else, we can continue on with that. Okay. All right, so you guys pull up to the apartment building, and you get out and you look to where Padma's apartment, and it's like a building and it's got multiple apartments on it. But you see like the two guards standing up there, and they throw their hand up at you. And almost like right when they do, there's you see this flash that like it almost feels like time slows down, but you realize that it's the adrenaline hitting your body as this flash grows and grows, and you see it envelop the two guards, the door. It continues to grow, enveloping the entire building. And then it hits you as you are kind of all thrown back, as there is a massive explosion blowing up this whole entire apartment building. Where the guards were before is nothing. There is just a massive explosion. Just rocks the entire city. There's this buzzing in your ears, this ringing that you get from the explosion, kind of just knocking you to the ground, knocking you prone, and you are enveloped in all this smoke and dust, and it's not good. It's very bad. Your whole body almost hurts as like the shockwave hits you from this explosion of this apartment building. There's screams that people start screaming as soon as your hearing kind of clears enough for you to be able to differentiate it from it. You all suffer 3 strain damage from the shockwave.
Damn.
Okay.
The hell's going on, dude? I thought we were done.
God damn it. I knew it was gonna get worse.
Someone doesn't want us investigating. See? Yeah.
For those of you with ears, you notice that there is blood coming out of them, as it is has kind of rocked everything in your body.
What the hell is even that?
And
is everyone okay? Does anybody need medical assistance?
What?
Ringing is clang right now.
Do the guards have corpses, or are they like fully gone?
Okay.
So it's Toast, or sorry, not Toast, Bayard. You're asking if their bodies are fully gone. Is that what you're asking? If they have corpses?
Yeah.
Got you. So you give me let's see if you can find them. Give me a perception check. It's going to be 3 purple dice. Let me get the dice box open.
So let's see if you can find them. Shit.
Well, there's a lot of smoke.
No, I know. We're disoriented. There's fire. Yeah, I get it.
That's tough.
How many pieces can you find?
You could use a light side point, but god damn.
It wasn't that important.
Yeah.
Yeah, between like the smoke, the dust, the just everything that's kind of going, the chaoticness of the scene, and just
Oh,
you're not able to see them at a glance, at the very least.
how bad is the scene? Like, how bad is it all around? It's like, are people panicking? Like, what's the scene?
So luckily, the streets were fairly clear from the down and sour mood.
Right.
As before. So there's not like there weren't a lot of people there.
Good.
So at least on the streets, the apartment building, there was multiple apartments. So you can discern there's probably multiple victims. There's probably, probably one of,
how like crazy is like the rubble and the stuff? Because like, is it like possible for me to roll the perception to see if there's like anybody still like under there alive, maybe, or is like
you can do a
everybody
perception
dead?
check. You can do a perception check. for
Also,
that.
let me check something because I want to see if I can.
I'd like to help with that. Give you a boost die if I can.
So yeah, I want a perception check for that.
Yeah, you sure can. It'll be 3 purple dice and a blue because Doc's gonna assist you.
Okay, so perception. Open. Why isn't it open? Okay, there it is. So you said 3 purple?
3 purple die. Yep.
All right, here
You
we go.
get a blue booster or a
Yeah, and a blue die.
Mhm.
Blue boost.
Hey.
All right. You were just looking in general for survivors in the
trying to see if I
wreckage.
could find any survivors in the rubble and the wreckage and anything, like if I could hear them or see them, or because also I was thinking I don't know if I can apply it here, but my species, which is a Keldor, has dark vision.
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't. I mean, I like I say, I don't know if that works here, but anyway, I already rolled, so it doesn't matter. But
No, you're good.
maybe.
There. So you are able to how mean do I want to be? You're able to discern some calls for help under the rubble, roughly. If you want to go investigate that, is that what you want to like dig them out?
Yes, I would like to dig them out and try to remove the rubble.
Yeah, okay.
What would I have to roll for that? Would that be like a?
Probably be like an athletics. I'm trying to think.
Athletics?
Is there an athletics?
That's kind of
There's
what
an
I was
athletics
thinking.
here, right?
Yeah, I was thinking athletics. Okay, maybe. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'll roll that. What's the
athletics.
difficulty?
Can I help?
Yeah, you can help. Difficulty will be probably 2 purple and a black die for the general like smoke and shockwave kind of causing you pain in your body. So 2 purple
Okay.
and a black die.
All right, then I would like to use this as a moment where I would like to reach within me, despite this disorientation and everything going, the chaos around me. Even though I'm not force sensitive myself, but I want to call upon the light side of the force to help me save these people. Give me, how like sometimes people in real life get like these adrenaline, like you have like greater strength than you would have normally in certain situations. That's kind of what I want to do, but I want to flip a force die and use that to my advantage.
Okay, you can do that.
So, I forget. Do I just upgrade one of my dice, right?
Yeah, you upgrade.
So I would switch my green to another yellow. Okay.
Yeah, and you will get a boost die from Bayard helping you.
So that's what I'm gonna do then. And again, I'm not force sensitive myself, but I believe I've as someone who's witnessed the forest, I believe in it. So I'm calling upon the light side of the force. Help me free these people. Damn.
Oh, damn.
2 failures. Damn. I guess I was too disoriented, man.
God, do I want to do my thing?
Okay, so sorry, I had a horrible thought, and I'm gonna put it away. I'm not gonna use that.
In attempting to free one person, you accidentally kill them. Oh no!
No. It wasn't that. It was so you just can't budge this big chunk of wall, even with like Bayard like helping you. But in the process of lifting it, a like a large metal pole kind of like falls out that you could use as like a wedge or like something to kind of like help pry, like a pry bar. If you want to keep trying to lift the wall. I'm not gonna say you can't make another attempt on the wall. Like some rolls you can't make another attempt on. This you could do another attempt on, just because it doesn't make like. Gotcha. You don't drop the wall on this person and kill them as they're under it. No, that would be awful. But
like you failed.
So what's the situation like? Are they in a cavity and there's something like obscuring the opening?
Let's give the general look. So here's how it looks now. Is the smoke is kind of, it's not clearing. In fact, it's just kind of settling down a little bit. There is like the entire apartment building is kind of caved in. It's been just a massive explosion. There's like, it's a little bit of a crater. Everything is it's just tons of like wall dust and debris scattered all around. What was once a building is no longer a building. There are no walls to hold anything up really anymore. It is all just kind of crashed in on itself a little bit, kind of like this, kind of like a little divot, because it's like this is where like the explosion would have happened, right? And it just kind of sunk in a little bit. Is kind of like the general thoughts there. It's only been a few minutes, but you can hear the security bureaus like I would say sirens, I guess, would be the equivalent of like, it's kind of like a siren as like emergency services and things are starting to arrive on the scene and start trying to pick through the debris. Like, you guys have time before they get there if you want to do things, but yeah.
So after my fail, I kind of like take a stumble back and I like point towards that metal beam or whatever you said was sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of point towards it in case anybody else wants to try with that.
Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it this session? I'm gonna do it, Josh. I'm gonna do it, Josh. I'm gonna do my contraption to try and make something to help rescue the people.
Okay.
It work.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
Hard mechanics.
Secret Jeudy shit. Oh shit.
You gotta make mechanics for free purples. Please don't
Yeah.
me.
Once per session, you can take the contraption option, make a hard mechanics check to fashion a device to solve the current problem using just tools and parts on hand. Okay.
Can I help her with that?
I don't know if yeah, I'll say you can help. I don't know if you actually can. I don't know what the rule is, but I'm gonna say you can.
Okay. So 3 purple, 1 blue.
Yeah. Feel free to use a light side if you need to, or any of that. I think all that could be used.
I could. Yeah, I'll use a light side. So
Okay.
I get one of my greens turned to a yellow.
There you go.
So 3 yellows and a green.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I wanted to work last time.
Jeudy runs over and grabs the pole. She pulls out some mechanical parts. And within just a few minutes, you guys are shocked at how quickly she works. She has managed to build up like this mini like mechanical crane type device that is utilizes the pole and like a pulley system that can like, and has like a hook on the end, and she can reach down and grab debris and move it out fairly quickly. In just a few minutes, Jeudy blows your minds as she has somehow managed to make this rudimentary crane type device. I'm gonna say with the 2 successes and the advantage, Derper, you're able to lift the wall off this person with this with your built contraption here, and lift the wall off this person. You see that they are bleeding. They have like burn marks on their body, but they are alive. You do not recognize the person. It is a human. But it isn't. It's probably just somebody that lived in the apartment building. It's not like one of the guards or Padma or any of that.
Doc will go up and say.
Go ahead.
What do you say, Bigfoot?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
Stay calm. You're going to be okay. I'm going to save you. Stay right there. Don't move.
This person is unconscious, Doc, but I'm sure your works mean something somewhere deep within.
Hey, don't worry. I'm going to help you, okay?
You never know. People in comas can hear all the time. This person's not even in a coma. They're just unconscious. I'm sure they can hear Doc.
They're probably like, I had to wear this dream.
Doc, there's a low moan in response to you saying that. Of pain.
As soon as like the debris is clear, I think Doc run.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could I use my handy dandy crane to like help lift them out safely? Like sort of.
1 second here, Doc. You're gonna stabilize. Yeah, 1 second, Derp.
Yeah.
Let's see how well you do. Give me a medicine check. It'll be two purple dye and a black dye, just for the debris and dust in the air, kind of obscuring you a little bit. So 2 purples and a black dye. Oh shit. Yeah. Doc, you are very quickly able to stabilize this person. They are in no danger of death at any point during this entire process now. You can use those advantages to heal up your strain if you want to, or if you have some narrative use of them, feel free to use them for that. And
all right,
yeah, I'll heal up a little strain.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Yes, Marcus.
Okay, so Josh, I need to know a couple things. Well, you said that the building was kind of fucked up and caving in on itself. Structurally, is it like it's starting to like come in on itself, or is it just like there's a hole in it, but it'll be good type situation? Like,
it is kind of already collapsed. It's kind of already collapsed.
Is it already collapsed?
Yeah, like the moment the smoke cleared, like it was. I say cleared. Okay. Cleared enough. It was pretty much gone.
All right, and are there any? Was this the only like survivor that we could find, or is this just the closest one?
Currently, this is the only one that you have found.
Okay, then yeah, Markus will go through. He'll keep looking for to see if there's anybody else who made it out of the situation, any of the survivors, and try to see where they are and find them. And
yeah, give me a perception check.
Also, I forget, but do we ever get any like contact info for Padma or no?
I do not believe you did. No.
Okay.
Right.
It'll be 2 purple and a black dye just for the smoke and debris around Bigfoot.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, Marcus, you are searching around, lifting up debris, and you lift up a piece of debris, and you find a body. It is hard to tell who or what they are. They are burned completely up. Think Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru. or
Uncle Owen and Aunt
Uncle
Beru.
Owen.
Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm thinking Uncle Ben from Spider-Man like an idiot. Aunt Beru and Uncle.
He just finds a body, just like.
Yeah, not to that extent though, but to like that's kind of like what I'm going for. I'm trying to decide how dark I want to be in Star Wars. I don't want to go super dark.
Then he has a little data pad next to him that says with great power comes great, and then he couldn't finish the rest of it.
Yeah, totally written down on a notebook. Sorry, Spider-Man's on my brain for some reason. Maybe because I have to play the fucking game. Yeah. So you find a body that's kind of like slightly barbecued, not slightly barbecued, pretty heavily barbecued. To the point where they are unrecognizable. They are dead. You can tell that fairly easily.
Does Owen still hear the calls for help? Like, if we live in a world where we assume that this guy was already unconscious, the one that Doc was helping, are there still other people calling out?
Yeah, I got you. So the ringing in your ears, everybody's ears, kind of subsides, and once it does, you all kind of hear cries for help scattered all around. And it's not just from the apartment building; it's from in the general area. While the streets were like mostly empty, there are people that probably took shrapnel wounds from debris getting shot out from the explosion. You all were kind of lucky where you only kind of got hit with a shockwave. There are other people that probably got hit with like chunks of debris, building rubble that kind of got shot out, and any kind of like metal objects, like that metal pole you found earlier could very easily have been like a mini missile of like a javelin of pain being shot at towards somebody. So
okay, then Bayard will go looking for those sort of injuries so that the rescue services can focus on the building.
Yeah.
Markus will seeing like all the confusion around after he found the body and shit, he'll go to like sort of like a central area where like, because I know it's like a lot of debris and like the smoke all throughout the place and whatever, right? So he'll try to find like a central area, and he'll like using his collar amp, he's gonna like magnify his voice so that it carries, so everybody within the vicinity can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna say, all right, listen, everyone, I know this is very harrowing and terrifying experience, but I need you to listen to me and slightly. We need everybody to come into these areas over here so that when the medical professionals get here, all of you can get care as quickly and securely as possible. We need to make sure that we can identify everybody in one place. So we're gonna set up a few different triage centers so that different people can get the different amount of care that they need. And like that, I need everybody to move in an orderly fashion here. The security forces are only a few minutes out. So if everybody can do that, we can make sure that everybody here gets all the care and help that they need in a timely fashion, while still allowing for space for the rescuers to find and locate any of your loved ones or people that need any help going forward.
Okay, Marcus, give me a leadership roll. With just 2 purple dice as a difficulty. Feels like a leadership to me.
All right. I'm gonna use a light side point.
Yeah. Two successes, nice. In a fairly quick order, you are able to organize the walking wounded into and really not even necessarily the walking wounded, the people that are also just kind of were in the area, kind of also kind of gathering in those areas.
He's getting all the people, the panic people and shit. He's trying to get them together in a calm fashion and shit, and be like, "Listen, it's gonna be fine. We just need y'all to get in all coordinated in a safe area, away from all the damages and shit. We don't want y'all to panic and accidentally cause anything to happen."
Yeah. So the panic, the worst of the panic kind of passes, right? With you giving out this little leadership speech ish, kind of gathering people together. So the worst of it is kind of pass. The people kind of start to gather in these designated areas that you pointed out. Some wounded, some not, some just kind of shell shocked by what's going on. Yeah. So that is you're able to gather kind of everybody in those areas. The security forces and rescue services arrive on the scene at this point, and they all, the rescue services kind of set up just a not fast track, but to give us a little bit of here's what things are going on as you guys are doing this. Like there's a triage area set up, and people are starting to be treated for their wounds now. Security forces are setting up a perimeter around, and everyone is kind of the rubble where the explosion happened is getting pretty hot. So there's like a little fire brigade kind of starting up to try to put that out, while there are other people kind of searching around the rubble on the outskirts of the fires that are starting.
Out of curiosity, any like bomb squad people are coming, or like do we know what caused the explosion? Because if not, I'd like to roll a perception to see if I can find like any like shrapnel or any like a detonator or like anything that could indicate what even caused this. Because
Markus would also be would be helping with that. So
okay. So you're looking for any anything that might indicate to what the device was that blew up?
Yeah, like a detonator or like anything that looks like it could be like an explosive or something. I don't know if I could use like my warfare or like perception or like I don't know what would be the thing to use here, but
so the way it would probably work is you would use perception to try to find a piece of the device
of something, yeah.
Yeah, and then you would probably have to either use is there like an explosive skill? Like, is there a mechanics could be done?
It's mechanics. Yeah.
Explosions would probably be mechanics.
Yeah, you could probably do mechanics, and then you could also use warfare, not necessarily to identify. Well, yeah, I guess you could use warfare to identify it too. I'd argue, but to kind of get some warfare knowledge on how it may have been set up, type deal.
Okay, yeah. So all first things first, I'll do the perception. So what's going to be the difficulty with that?
Difficulty is going to be 3 purple, and I'm going to spin a dark side point to turn one of those purple into a red.
Oof. Okay. So 2 purple and 1 red.
Yeah, 2 purple, 1 red, and it'll also have a black die on it.
Right.
Damn, I don't know if we're gonna get this one, guys.
Am I helping? I'm helping with the.
You will get a boost from Bigfoot.
Okay.
So a boost die.
Well, here we go.
Or did you already flip one?
No, I haven't yet.
I do not believe he can flip after I flip the dark.
Oh yeah, you flipped one already. No, my bad.
So may the force be with us, because I don't know what's about to happen here. Here we go.
I'm gonna have to look into that rule, but I think that's the rule.
It's a crit, baby.
Success, 3 threats and a triumph, baby.
Okay. Okay, you are able to find
Sorry, I was totally the wrong one. I meant to play this. That's my bad, dude.
I don't know if the streamer recording actually picks up the soundboard. I hope they do. I'll have to watch this back.
Anyway, I apologize.
That was really funny. You're able to find what would be a casing. Here's how it works. Ian, you're digging through the rubble. You've gone into like the danger area, probably where the explosion pretty much started off at. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna suffer 3 wounds for one thing, like straight up wounds, not strain. As you're kind of digging through the rubble, like you realize that you need to get as much evidence out before it's blown up, like gotten rid of in the fire or get lost in the whole scuffle of everything going on. Mm-hmm. Also, you did get a triumph, so let me write that down too, so I know to give you extra XP for the 1 TDT.
Need a triumph counter on the
I know, right?
Stream.
We do. Maybe I'll add one. So yeah, you pull through the you burn your hands, you cut them up, so you suffer some wounds. It's pretty bad actually. They're deep cuts, but you get a casing, some shrapnel, like you're able to find a good bit of the device, with your triumph and your successes. So.
Awesome. So I'll be holding on to these pieces in the meantime.
Yeah, and you can definitely investigate those further.
And like I said, was there like a bomb squad or somebody like that coming as well, or just like first aid people?
There's the security forces there. I don't know. Would they have a bomb squad? Like,
I would imagine the Boo would.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, they got security. They got people.
So. Yeah, it probably mixed in with like the security forces. Yeah. They probably mixed in with the security forces. There's probably like a specialized unit, I'd imagine, just like police, that are bomb squad.
Imagine how many times a palace has been threatened. Oh, we're gonna bomb you. It's like, are you?
It feels weird calling them bomb squad because I feel like in Star Wars they'd be called something else. But
where's the thermal detonator squad at?
For us, it's bomb squad. Yeah, but yeah, there's probably somebody on the scene there.
In Star Wars, I know there's like clones and they call them like ordnance specialists or whatever.
Yeah, that might be what it is.
It's basically the same thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have like ordnance specialists.
Probably.
Yeah. You see Damon among the security forces too, as he kind of is trying to help organize things there, and yeah. So you have the casing parts and all that. Ian.
Cool. And I'm gonna just back away from that because I got, like you said, I got cut and messed up. I took some wounds during that, so I'm gonna back away and then kind of just let whoever is gonna come over here and look around, whatever as well.
I'll just be like, hey, this pretty cut up. Should we have the doctor check you out? Real fast.
Perhaps later. I think I'll be okay for now. I think our priority should be in trying to help whoever is left here, and then maybe seeing if we can figure out what happened to Padma, because that's why we were here in the first place.
Okay.
But, however, while searching in the rubble, I was able to find a few pieces of casing and a couple other things that may help us determine what actually caused this.
Do you remember precisely where you found the epicenter of the point?
Yeah,
Where the explosion may have come from.
I do, and then
I will just like basically walk over towards it, and then just like point down or like make it known that.
When you
spot where it was.
When you moved away from that area, it very quickly kind of became engulfed in flames. So you can kind of point it out, but you can't kind of go back over that area.
Well, I'll get as close to it as I can without burning myself.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, and
here where the fire is inside is where I was able to acquire this.
Is that where Padma's apartment was? I knew we were in there earlier.
Was it Josh? Or do I have to roll something for that? Because you said it was like multiple like buildings, right? Or apartments or whatever.
So it's multiple apartments, but it's one building, like one big apartment building with multiple apartments on it.
But we don't know if that's like her like apartment.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's in the area roughly.
Well, actually, we would know where the guards were, right? Because if they were standing like in front of her place, then we would kind of know about where it would be.
Yeah, roughly. So there was like a flash. You saw the guards. Explosion. So it'd be roughly in that area. Yeah, of where her apartment is. It's hard to tell in the old with a definitive answer, just because of everything. Everything happened so quick. And the disorientation and all that, but it would be roughly in that area.
I think Doc's gonna start looking like across the street and at neighboring buildings for security cameras or anything that might be pointed at the building that blew up. To see if I can get some a feed or something of people going in and out.
I got you. Yeah. So as you go to do that, Doc, you guys look over and you see some of the security forces, and you see Damon run over into an area and says, "We got a survivor over here." And he's calling for like security forces to open up. Like, you hear somebody crying for help, and he lifts up a part of the wall. You see him lift up a part of the wall, and you guys see another bright flash, not as large as the first one, but where Daemont once was is not there anymore, as there is another explosion that kind of rocks the area as Daemont is engulfed in the explosion in flames. Is there anybody in the group that would be familiar with I think Oyen would, with his background, and Bayard probably would too. Give me both of you, realizing in a moment, I want both of you to give me warfare checks. 2 purple dice.
Another triumph, baby.
Back to back.
Jesus, this man.
And that's a great.
All right. I'm writing down another triumph for GT.
You don't smoke today.
So yeah, you all watch Daemont get engulfed in these flames. You remember the last words he said, which were, "There's a survivor over here crying for help," and he lifted up a wall and explosion. This is a terrorist tactic that you guys have encountered in the past, for sure. Set off a major explosion, and then have secondary devices to take out security forces or any rescue services that appear in the area. With your Triumph DT, this is a common tactic with the ISB in the past from your years in the
rebellion. Okay.
Rebellion, yeah. Toast, do you have any way to spend your advantages? Is there any? Do you have any narrative thing that would think would help you in the future or something? Here. Oh, I can't hear you, Toast.
I said I'm just gonna heal my strain. I was looking pretty bad from earlier.
That works
already.
That works too. Yeah. Common tactic of the ISB, common tactic of terrorist cells in the Star Wars universe. Common just common shitback tactic when it comes to warfare. But yeah, Daemon is dead. Like he is not there anymore.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. the homie.
Pour one out for Daemon. And it immediately dawns on you that you all could be standing on a massive. No telling how many other little bombs are hidden.
As soon as I realized this, and like you said, I recognize that this is a tactic of the ISB and just, like this kind of shit that they do.
Everyone needs to be very careful. There may be way more of these out here. This is something that I have seen before. ISB have used this method in getting rid of first responders and people and helping in aid. So we need to watch your step and try to get out of this area, and we need to contain it and bring bomb squad in to try to get rid of these, because who knows how many more there could be.
All right, two things. One, Josh, was Daemon the highest ranking on the scene, or is
at the moment? Yes, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the corporal that every time I speak to Ryam, he always like, he's the guy.
Yeah, talk to Daemon. No, yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so as soon as Dorian relays that information to Markus immediately steps forward, once again turns on the collar ramp. It starts talking, and he's like, everybody. He's like everyone. I've been informed there's going to be multiple bombs throughout the location. We need everybody to move with caution, and we need everybody to quickly and carefully evacuate all civilians from the area in full. We need to make sure the ordnance squad are the main people on the scene to take care of any bombs that might pop off. I need everybody outside of that to be evacuated away from the scene. I'm at least a half a mile back. We need everybody to be moved far enough that nobody will be harmed. If any missteps or mistakes happen within the disarming of the bombs, he starts moving and getting everybody in positions and shit. And he's like, I need this, that, and the third. And starts breaking people up and shit, because he's like, with Daemon down, I assume everybody kind of started to freak out a little bit in the security force.
Oh yeah.
So he immediately was like, "Oh no, there's no time for that. No time for that. I need all of y'all to be on your best shit, and we're moving right now."
Give me another leadership role. What was your previous one? Was it 3 purple in the previous one? No, it was 2 purple. No, it was
2 purple on previous. 2 purple on previous, yes.
It'll probably be 1 purple this time for your previous success. So 1 purple. You're pretty good at organizing the group at this point, and they've kind of heard your voice before. They kind of trust you. So just 1 purple as a difficulty on another leadership role, please.
Got you. Okay, here it is.
All I could think of while Marcus is doing that is fucking the naked gun where he's like, please disperse, nothing to see here.
Everything's fine.
I'm gonna flip another light side.
Okay.
Just because he's really trying to get these people out safely.
I got you.
We're just
oh nope, didn't work.
We're just playing one giant game of fucking Minesweeper.
Nope, didn't work.
So
unfortunate.
So here's what happens. The general like just not mood. The general reaction is, you know, people can't help but be afraid and a little panicked. So they do move towards like evacuating the area, but they're a little bit more panicked than they would have been if you had been successful. So there's probably going to be like some minor injuries, scrapes and bruises as they kind of just are in such a hurry to get out of the area, but nothing like majorly bad happens. You know.
I rolled that wrong.
Oh yeah, wasn't that supposed to be one purple?
Yeah, that was one purple.
Reroll.
I rolled
reroll. Wrong. You get a reroll. Go ahead.
Do you also flip or use the light side die?
Yeah, I meant to use the light side die.
Probably one of his wings is yellow.
It works better.
There you go.
It works a lot better.
So the people may be panicked for a moment, but they quickly slow down as you get a handle on them as they evacuate the area. Is what occurs. So they kind of evacuate down the street. Rescue services have set up a triage down that way. Everything has been pulled back from the area in the event of more explosions as ordnance disposal arrives on the scene.
I was gonna say, when Onion got some of the bomb parts from the first bomb that blew up, was any of them had like any like chips in it, some wiring?
You will have to examine them further currently than what you have.
Yeah, I'll go up to Onion and ask if I can get a closer look at the parts that he got from the thing. I'd be like, Onion, did you find any sort of leftover bomb parts from the first initial explosion?
This is what I was able to recover.
And I just show him, and I just show her the the pieces and the casings and all that stuff.
Yeah, can I examine it?
Yeah.
I'll look cool stuff.
Here it is.
Give me a mechanics check. And it'll be one red, one purple die.
One purple, okay.
Yeah. Are you going to use a destiny point?
Nope.
I'm going to use a destiny point, and it's going to be 2 red die.
Dang, you son of a bitch.
Well, I have to ask, because I think once I use it, you can't. I think is how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, let's quick.
Again, I have to look up the rule, but
I got crit, but I failed. What the fuck? That worked.
Triumph.
I am going to mark your triumph down, because even though it's like a fail, you still get it.
Failed triumphantly.
It blows up again.
Imagine that playing when you fail something. I'd hear it all the time. How to interpret this fucking roll here. So the parts, it's not even like they're degraded or destroyed enough. It's like there is like nothing that can kind of discern a whole lot about the munitions used here in the the process of construction of this bomb. There's no markings that would kind of indicate where it come from. There's no numbers, like serial numbers for any of the pieces. There's no there's probably not even like any like there's no like the wiring is unimportant. It's just basic wiring. Like it is the most either highly sophisticated or most generic looking explosive device that you've ever seen. And the good news is that you don't ruin any parts in the process of your examination of it. So yeah.
We're gonna do something cool. God dang it, guys.
It's close.
Yeah.
Has Doc been able to find anything?
Oh yes.
Looking around for the like security footage and whatnot.
There are multiple cameras in the area, Doc. You'll have to get to a terminal to get into them. You all should have clearance as you are kind of not deputized by the security forces, but you are working with them, and Rayon would have made it possible for you to get into the local system.
And junior investigators.
Yeah, yeah. But narrative-wise, it makes sense. So yeah, you can get into the local system and check that out if you want to. What are you looking for specifically? You're trying to see if somebody went into the area, roughly, or something like that, I think?
Yeah, I wanna kind of get a log of comings and goings in and out of the building. So I'm looking for footage that shows the entrance.
Yeah, you can find that, no problem.
Yeah, and then like put together kind of a log of who came, like, say an hour or two before Padma arrives. You know, because what I'm trying to put together, see if anybody that I know, that I can identify went in. But looking if I can at least get faces of everybody that went into or out of that building in that window, just to
I got you.
narrow down our list of suspects.
Yeah.
Or if there's something obviously sketchy,
I got you. Yeah, so you look through it for hours. You don't see anybody, or sorry, you don't look through it for hours. You look hours in advance, previous of the timeline, rather, on the footage, and you don't see any goings on at that specific apartment until Padma and like her two guards arrive there, obviously, all the way up until the explosion. You do see people kind of going in and out of the apartments, but nothing that sticks out to you.
And like, how much time difference is there between when a Padma arrived and when the explosion happened? Like, was it she walked into her apartment and it blew up, or was there like a delay?
It's probably about like a 5-ish minute like delay. Mostly because you guys arrive on the scene not long after that, rather, or sorry, before that. So you guys, so she had pretty much basically just walked in right around the time you guys pulled up, and then by the time you'd gotten out and walked up to the scene, the explosion kind of happened. Is kind of how the timeline was, roughly, if I remember everything. I have it in my head correctly.
And if I remember correctly, we have no idea what Maxier Horn looks like, right? We couldn't find like a picture or anything.
I do not believe you have discovered what he looks like now.
Okay. All right, but I do have like dossiers or pictures of faces of those that were going in and out.
Yeah.
So that if we need to compare later.
Yeah, you can take you can make a copy of the whole security footage if you want to and just always have it.
Yeah.
Like no problem.
Yeah, I'll have that stashed away.
Gotcha. All right, yeah, so you get all that footage together. But yeah, currently nothing of note. Ordnance disposal arrives on the scene and proceed into the area and start combing through the wreckage to try to very carefully mark any actual survivors and to not fall into any more traps if they can manage it. Yeah. All right. What do you guys want to do?
I found some security footage. Nothing incredibly helpful in it, but it may be a good time for us to talk to Ryan and tell him what we found.
Agreed.
Right on cue, Ryan arrives in a nearby speeder. Because it makes sense for him to come here immediately.
My next question, yeah.
Yeah, he arrives on the scene. I meant to have him arrive a little bit ago, but he is arrived. There with Tichwa, who was with him. He walks over into into the trauma area, roughly. Triage. Staging grounds. Take your pick. The whole deal. Where everybody's gathered.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we walk over like and I know Markus he like debriefs him, I guess. Like he's just like okay. So we've had 2 explosions happen. We've secured as many of the civilians and sent them to the back here. Triage centers over here. Things like that. We've had the ordnance squad looking for any more. So we suspect there'll be a few other surprises left over here. Would not and everything. And then also we wanted to talk to you about the situation as a group outside of this event itself. With regards to, because we wanted to basically just fill in on like some of our findings and shit prior to this as well. I'm assuming, because I don't want to say nothing if the group didn't like agree to like say everything at once.
Well, I mean, like we said earlier, we pretty much already like
so
have evidence and stuff, so we can talk to them about what we got already.
All right, so separately from this, over the course of our investigation early in the day, we managed to find quite a bit of information and some unsavory facts. We found enough to clear Hugo suspicion of the murder. We've also found some evidence that alludes to Tycho Lotus having being a bit of an Imperial sympathizer and working with him in some respects, or being a arms dealer. We're not entirely certain. We were hoping to investigate a bit further and ask some questions of Padma herself prior to this. So, but as of now, we've been trying to, as best, to organize and minimize any damage to the remaining civilians and find survivors. I assume we're still sitting on the shipment in a couple of days because we still don't know if who else is involved. So they might fuck up the fucking. If we were to investigate that later, they might fuck the shit up. So I assume he's assuming we're sitting on that still for a little bit. Unless y'all want to like explicitly just tell him about the whole thing. Because I didn't know if we wanted to. I know that y'all originally, when y'all were talking about it, y'all didn't want to say just in case somebody higher up in the security forces was involved and shit. So if we're good with like keeping that a little closer, then Marcus won't say nothing about that specifically.
Okay.
All right. So then, yeah, that's all he says.
Are we in a like secure location where it's just us and Ryam? Because out in public, yeah, we probably want to be pretty vague.
Oh no, yeah, he's like I'm saying this, but I am being like, one, it's like close, like we're right next to each other. Like I assume we're like near a treehouse, but like we're like away from it all, and I'm like debriefing him on the situation. And it's also in like that close, like low voice of like, especially with all the panic and damage shit going around and everything, right? I imagine it's not like a super quiet area at all and shit. Like it's really loud and like a lot of people is a lot of noise is happening and shit. And so while that's going on, he's like undercutting it with like whispers of like the information we found or this, that, and the third, and like giving it to him in like a very subtle way to where like the way his body language is set up, it's like it's like he's pointing everything around like he's fully just talking about the situation that's happening around us and everything. Like he's giving the impression that this is all about the explosion and the aftermath of it, like whatever we're talking about right now.
I got you. Yeah. Like as you kind of explain everything to him, Ryam just looks tired. Like it's just kind of like the more you talk, the more his eyes kind of droop, and it's like he's just exhausted by the time you're done. Kind of explaining it to him, and you could have grabbed him and gotten into like a private area if you wanted to go deeper into like.
Okay, yeah. Then we would have done that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you could have. You don't have to talk around everybody. You could have gotten a plate like we need to talk to you in private type deal. As you kind of run down the whole deal, I assume you're keeping the shipment to yourself still. Until you explicitly say otherwise. Got you. But you explain pretty much everything else. So he looks up at you and says, "So it looks like you've well, it looks like Hugo's innocent, for sure, without doubt. So we can let him go, I guess." Yeah, he just looks really tired. He looks exhausted.
Yeah. Marcus would be like, he's like, I apologize. A lot of things are happening at once, and this might have been a bit too much to throw at you all at once. We felt that you should know what we had found.
You just watched Damon die not too long ago, so we gotta make sure that you know about what's going on, what's happened, what we discovered.
Yeah. I got you.
But yeah, Imperial tactics at work here with the bombing. So keep an eye out for that, and make sure you send in bomb squad to clean up this place and get everyone out of here. We haven't been able to find. I don't know if your people have been able to find anything about Padma, but as soon as we got here, there was an explosion. We never got to see her. We only saw the guards, and that was it.
Yeah, she may have died in the explosion. We'll have to try to ID bodies as they come out, or maybe she survived and we just haven't found her yet. It's a possibility. You've held up your end of the bargain at the very least. And he takes out the credits he promised, which I believe was 3,000 credits, like credit chits, and offers them up to you, Oyen.
Much appreciated.
Your job's done here. The rest of it'll be up to me and my team to investigate this further. If I require aid, I will contact you in the future.
Very well. Good luck, my friend. I hope you're able to find out what happened here.
Yeah, me too. Teacher also wanted me to give you his contact just in case you ever need him for anything in the future.
Oh yeah.
So
good.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Thank you for your help as well, Teacher.
Yeah.
Well, I say that, but he's even here, or is he just giving me Tichua's contact?
You can tell him later, like when you guys are leaving or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I took it. Yeah. So you guys are technically done with Naboo right now. If you wanted to move on.
I guess after speaking with Ryan, I will regroup back with the party and just kind of let them know, like,
we've held the bar end of the deal here, the bargain, and the rest is up for Ryan and the Royal Naboo to figure out. He gave me Tichua's contact information, and he says if he needs us in the future, he may call upon our help as well. So we may come back in the future, but for now, I suppose if we have nothing else you want to do here before we leave, we can head back to Nar Shaddaa and deliver these goods that we promised.
Now, here's a question. Now that we've come back here as a thing, this is just me out of character. I'm thinking of this, like, so do we, like, or I guess no. In character, Markus will say this. Markus will say, yes, we completed the job. We've been paid. Mission is complete in that regard. Now, I would ask, we found the information on the shipment that'll be being delivered soon. I know we were hesitant to grant the information to everybody just in case anybody higher up was to try and tip off those who were involved in the shipping and cause it to end before it began and everything. So right now we're at a crossroads of sort.
I suppose we could stay here for a couple of days until that happens, and then kind of investigate that on our own without the Royal Naboo.
Yeah, it could be a mission for ourselves, and we would grant the information we found. Yeah, or we could offer the information, pass the information along to your friends, and then move on. Though from that point on, there's a chance he gives it to his superiors, and it gets leaked to those involved. There's a chance other things happen. It's up to. I leave it to the group. I just offer. I thought about it a little, and I just wish, to know everybody's thoughts on the matter.
I think if you're all up for it, maybe we could stay here a couple. Well, hold on.
How out of character? How long or how many days away was that?
I believe it is 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
3 days.
So we could stay the next 3 days. We could get ourselves a, place somewhere to lay low, away from everybody, and then hit up this shipment delivery, see what that's about on our own, because we don't know who's involved in this yet, other than this image character somehow. We still don't know who Maxir is or what he has, to do anything other than he is a Republic agent, I believe, right?
Yes.
And
we know.
we have a description of him. Should we need to should we, in the event we see him and spot him, we can recognize him.
Do we have a description for Maxir?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we do. We got it from somewhere. I forget because I wrote it down.
It must have been from the poetry.
But it was from one of the things we found somewhere in Padma's place, maybe, or Taicho's or somewhere.
Yeah, it might have been like the poetry or whatever, what have you. Or maybe it was.
Actually,
no,
Hugo,
it was Hugo.
Hugo had his name circled, and there was like a description of him. He's like mid-30s, fit, blonde hair, trimmed goatee. That was kind of the description that we got him actually.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the lines, we know he's a Republic agent as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So Mark's will be like, all right. Yeah.
Actually, never mind. That's a description for Rhaego. Disregard that. We don't have.
Yeah, we don't. So we have no idea.
So we don't know what it looks like. All we know is that he's a Republic agent. My bad. I was looking at the wrong box. Apologies.
All right, so
the only thing we know about him is that Padma seems kind of like infatuated a little bit, and that Hugo is aware of who Maxir is. That's what we know, and that he's a Republic agent. That's all we know.
Yeah.
So we could wait a few days and check that out on our own, or we can or we can tell my friend Ryan about it. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do? You guys want to stay here? Do we want to go? What's the plan?
I feel like even if we try to stay or leave, I feel like we've involved ourselves a bit too much into this investigation. I feel like even if we try to leave, we might be targeted. So I'm all for staying to at least try and help out, because I don't think the city of Naboo wants to live in fear again like they did in the past.
I think whether we like it or not, we're in this pretty deep. Whoever's the responsible party here is more than willing to blow up an entire apartment building worth of people. Which reminds me, when we get back to our ship, we should do a thorough sweep for explosives before we try to take off.
That is a great point.
Definitely agree with that.
That reminds me.
And then I'll as Doc continues to speak, I just want to quickly contact my boy Chippy and see how he and the ship are doing.
Yeah. Chippy chirps into your comms like an all clear, everything's going well here. Just keeping the ship maintained and tidy.
All right.
Nothing unusual, if that's what you're worried about.
Except for this odd package.
This odd mail.
Shut your mouth.
All right. So that's the plan. We're gonna stick around and for the next couple of days. Is that the plan?
Yeah. And then Doc was saying something, right?
Yeah, Doc. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying we should check our shit for explosives before.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Nice, man. Bayard, are you fine with us investigating a little more?
None of this feels right. and I hate not knowing what's going on.
You can understand that.
Everything in me is saying to leave, but I guess we're stuck.
It might be to our great benefit if whoever is involved in this did think that we left. I'm sure that they at this point are aware that we're involved in the situation, and they might raise their alarms, so to speak, if we were to stick around longer than it would be logically feasible for us to do so. So I don't know how. Maybe we make it look like we departed, but we didn't, or something. I don't know, but maybe that's just an overabundance of caution.
No, I could see. I mean, there's no harm in covering our tracks, making sure, catching them a little bit off guard. If we're able to manufacture documents and communicate that say that we've already left the planet, it might be beneficial to us in the world for this investigation. I can understand that. So I would say, especially against an opponent, from what Owen tells us, and I assume you Bayard also knows, the tactics here are very thorough and deadly to all involved. So I don't imagine being overly cautious is incorrect in any step with the opponents we're going against. So I guess we're staying or gonna do thing.
So I guess we're gonna kind of lay low, and then we want to like kind of move the ship somewhere to act as if we have left, but you know, keep it like away somewhere else.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like leaving, going to the next port, or something, and then like renting a speeder to come back or something.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could like go. We're in Theed right now, so we could go to like another nearby like town, maybe what's one of the other cities of Naboo? I'm trying to think of like you remember one of the cities in Galaxies, Josh?
Yeah, let me see.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I can't. Damn. Like, oh man, I'm really trying to recall one of those other towns, but I'm
I'm blanking too.
I remember now. Karen was one of them, or like Spearhead, or one of those other cities.
Yeah, that wouldn't be any problem.
So what we could do is like we can just fly the ship to another city, and then like we still have like a few days anyway, right? So like we could take a speeder or something back to Theed, and if it takes time, it doesn't matter because we have a few days anyway. So that's kind of my thought with that.
I could probably also wipe out the record of us being docked there, or register us under us a different name or something.
Yeah, so I guess we'll fly our ship to the city of Karen. And then
Okay. All right, so we got a plan. We got the plan to do, but we're gonna take a break because we've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes, and we usually take a break at an hour and a half. So
Sounds good.
We'll be right back after this, guys. I'll put some music on for you on the break, and we'll be right back after this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are back with the next part of Blasters and Bandits. The party has elected to stick around, even though they have completed their quest of proving Hugo Laga's innocence. And has been paid. They have been paid by Ryom. And they want to investigate the shipping manifest, however, in 3 days. So I believe the plan is you guys are going to move your ship to one of the other little cities. You can pick whichever one you want. And make your way back with like a speeder to feed, and I assume stake out this area around the meeting day.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna fly over to the city of Karen, and then we're gonna go back on like a speeder or like that kind of train that we see in like Coruscant and Mando season 3.
Yeah.
Kind of one of those things or whatever that.
Yeah. There's
Some
a way
kind
to
of public
transport
transportation or something to head back. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna check your ship for explosives like Doc was suggesting earlier?
I think it wouldn't hurt. So yeah, we'll do that just to be on the safe side. Even though Chippy was like, we're good, but
Okay.
never hurts to check.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception roll. No difficulty.
Perception.
No, nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
You give the ship a good goings over. There is no explosives or anything untoward. In fact, it looks like your ship's been very well maintained and taken care of here in the spaceport.
Excellent.
So yeah.
I like to see.
Is that the new ship smell I smell again?
Yeah, there's some some little touch ups here where you may have taken a blaster shot in the past. Got a little painted up. Looks nice. Chippy been doing work.
I mean, Chippy was here alone with the ship for like a day or so, right?
Yeah.
My friends.
Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna hop in and then fly over to Karen.
Yeah. So you fly over to the city and land, and you see a little droid come walking up to you, much like the droid at when you first landed at the Theed starport, spaceport. And says to you that it will be. Oh, how many credits did I charge you guys? Well, I got it written down somewhere. I have to find. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Hold up, I'll get you the fees. You do have
So
to
we
pay
all
a little.
got 500, right?
So we were paid 3,000 for the the investigation. So we'd have to split that between all of us as well. I don't know how much you guys have individually already, but just how we.
I mean, if we
pretty
split it
split
evenly,
5 ways,
it's
right?
600. Yeah, if it's split 5 ways, that's 600 each.
Okay.
600 rupees.
Where is my docking fee book? It is that. Maybe it's not this book. Oh, here it is.
Nice.
And it is a grade. What grade is this? I think it's this one. Oh, here it is. grade 3. It is 50 credits just to dock.
Okay. So I will just pay the 50.
Yeah.
I'll hand them
Pay
over
the 50
to the
and dock.
droid.
No problem. Yeah, the droid's like, thank you for your service. If you require anything else, let me know. I do not, it does not appear you need fuel or anything like that, because you just kind of popped. You don't really use too much when you do that. So. But yeah. And you guys want to... So what's the plan now? Do you guys want to... So you got a couple days, right? You got like 3 days until shipment day. Do you want to head back to Theed now? Or do you want to...
My question was going to
here?
be to you, how long would it take to get back, like in a speeder or like some kind of public transportation?
Probably just a few hours.
Okay, so I guess we could probably chill here for now, you know? Because
yeah,
I think it would help us out in acting as if we did leave, you know?
Yeah, I got you.
If we're actually not there. So I think we'll stay here for a couple days until it's time, and then we'll head out on when it's time for us to head out. It only takes a few hours, so
yeah,
we'll be here for now.
You might want to get over there and like a little before the shipment is supposed to happen, and stake it out. Maybe stake out Hugo or one of our other parties of interest.
Yeah, we can come up with a plan for that, but I think for now we'll be cool with just staying here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We don't even have to fucking like get like housing or not housing, but like, you know what I mean, like a place to stay, because we could probably just stay in the ship.
Yeah, you can stay in the ship.
Yeah.
If you want to.
So that could work out. But as soon as we arrive, I'll let the party know.
So welcome to the city of Corinne. This is after the destruction of Alderaan. This city became a refuge for Alderanian refugees. So you'll find a lot of Alderanians here in the city. At least that's what my former Lieutenant Shara Bay once told me when she was here with a princess. They helped bring refugees from Alderaan here to the city. It's kind of a haven for them.
That's just good to know.
But yeah, we can stay here for a few days, and then at some point, maybe the day of, a few hours before, or the day before, or however long you guys feel is necessary, you can head back to Theed and kind of, be ready and there a few hours before the actual shipment is supposed to arrive, so we can kind of keep tabs on who we need to keep tabs on, and just keep an eye on the area in general. So we can stay here for now, here in the ship as well. But if you need to go, or if you want to go out into the city and explore or check anything out, we can as well.
I think Markus will I'm gonna check the HoloNet to see for the situation that's happening in Theed right now. I want to see with like how the media is like presenting it, and like how does it look from that lens.
Okay. Yeah, so you sorry. I almost said you jack into the HoloNet like this is the fucking Matrix, but you go and view on the HoloNet. And there are like news reports of like some sort of attack on a apartment building. It's being portrayed as like a tragedy. It's kind of like the general gist of it. Unknown what happened. Like the media isn't aware of like like they don't know for sure if it was an explosion or what, because nobody's really informed them of that. That would make sense because there's an ongoing investigation, right? So they're kind of keeping it the lid on it a little quiet. Not that unusual. Yeah, that's kind of like the gist of the HoloNet. With the in regards to the apartment building bombing. Markus?
I think Doc probably spends some of this time like doing the equivalent of the Always Sunny like red string board, but the hollow version of that.
We literally just watched that episode last night. No joke. DT and I and Majin have been watching It's Always Sunny, and we watched that episode last night. It came up.
It's true. I was like, it's the meme. It's the meme.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah. So Doc has his conspiracy board. He's got names on there, suspects, the whole deal.
He's probably building a dossier for every face on the security footage. All of that.
Mm-hmm. Ray goes on there, Hugo's on there, Taiko's on there, Padma's on there. The whole deal.
It's also got like a HoloNet alert, like if pinging for mentions of Maxier Horn or Hugo or Rhaego, like if anything about any of them pops up, on the HoloNet, he'd get a ping about it.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think Markus on similar lines is sort of researching the some more of because we've already investigated a good little bit of like connecting factors between all of these people and shit. But he wants to go deeper into like I want to know like he's like looking at like pre-New Republic, like who are the imperial sort of influences and high-ranking people. Also, how were, if any of the administration still here from that era, how were they like in how did they work with them? Like how close were they? Like what were the situations in that sense? Like trying to get a sense of like because Taiko like seems like that was a situation there. And then he wants to know were there any other ministers or people within the government that were also close that swore off immediately once the Republic popped off, but still could be suspicious people and shit like that. He started like researching into that, into those people and shit, and cross-referencing with like the name Nexor, or like probably like him and Doc are like working in tandem with this from different angles.
Yeah, I got you. It is a lot of information because there were years of imperial control here. So obviously, and people that might have come and gone and changed over or were killed and like missing, and like the whole deal. It's a lot.
It's also looking for if specificity is not necessary, then he'd circle it into like ISB officials and agents and shit like that, or those that work closely with ISB and shit like that.
How are you going about this? Are you using a terminal?
Yeah, he'd like probably be looking at terminal. Like he'd probably went out found like, if we don't have one like on the thing, like he'd be out and about, like doing this research. Also talking to like people around who probably were around in those areas and shit like that, like seeing in general information in
Gotcha.
as well.
So you're giving me an investigation. That's what's happening. Just investigation in general. All right, Marcus. Let's see here. We don't really have just a general investigation check, huh? It's all
like there's specific ones and shit. I guess this would
what would work here?
I'm trying to see what this would fall under because I think this would be.
Well, it depends on how you're doing it, right? Like if you're using like this terminal, it'd fall under like computers, right? But if you're asking people around and stuff like that, it'd be kind of like streetwise, I think.
Doing a bit of both, I guess.
You want to do both, so let's do computers first.
Okay, we'll do
it's gonna be.
First. Also, can I add my my researchers in this as well?
Your researcher. How does it work?
Yeah. Successful. Let me double check this. Yeah, on a successful knowledge check, character and allies gain automatic advantage per rank. There'll be 2 advantages offered if I can pass the knowledge check.
So it would have to be a knowledge check, not a computers check, for you to use researcher. So if you want to use, where are we at? We're in the Naboo is mid-rim.
There's no specific mid-rim, which is weird.
Yeah, I know. I'd probably give you. You can use core worlds. I'll just let you use core worlds. Why not? If you want to use that to investigate this,
all right.
I'll let you do that, and you can use your researcher. The difficulty is going to be 2 purple, and it would be a black die, but you remove black die, so you don't need to worry about that. It will be two red die as the difficulty.
Oh, 2 red die. Okay.
Yeah. My bad.
Also, really quickly, that data pad that we found from the shipment, where do we find that at again?
That was on
Tycho.
It was on Tycho's body.
Tycho's body?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Remember, Jindy stole it.
I stole it in the alleyway.
Okay, right. Okay, I couldn't remember if we found that there or if we found it in what's his name's house. But okay,
to be fair, it's been a couple weeks, so.
Yep. I just stole it from a body. I was like, yoink, mine.
Yeah, we stole it from his body and then we filled in the gaps that we were missing at his house.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
was trying to remember.
All right, cool. I'm gonna flip a light side.
Okay.
And upgrade that.
If we're working on that together, can I assist?
Yeah, you can give him a boost die.
Yeah,
right.
I'll give you a boost die.
All right, 2 red, correct?
2 red.
Nope.
Yeah, you're not able to turn up anything in terms of the. There's a lot of blanks that came up on here actually.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Not a lot comes up in regards to what you're looking for. A lot of that data would be, kind of classified or hard to find, or you would need the right connections. You find the name. I will say with the advantages, you get the name Maxier Horn kind of does come up in a pre New Republic, so in the era of the Empire, of a terrorist attack against an Imperial barracks. The name Maxier Horn comes up in regards to that. But it's like so old and like poorly written and it's degraded over this point that it's just he was like a suspect by Imperial authority in an attack against them. It's kind of all you're able to dig up on that particular name. In regards to anything else, you unfortunately just classify it or just can't find.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
If we maybe took that, because that's like what we could find that's above board. What if we went looking in the sketchier parts of the HoloNet? Would that be in like an underworld knowledge check?
Hey, Marcus.
Yeah.
I just noticed that you rolled charm, so you can do that roll again.
Fuck man.
Oh no.
You're absolutely correct.
Trying to kiss the hollow web.
You're
like, hey, yo.
absolutely correct. I did fuck up. No, I fully did.
It gives you another
I
chance.
should have known.
Technically.
Yeah.
Come on, you got this.
Nope.
God dang it.
Okay, same result pretty
better.
much. The seedier parts of the HoloNet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I feel like Doc has the Star Wars equivalent of a Tor browser.
Yeah, I'll let you do a underworld knowledge check. It will be 2 red.
Can I do the thing to help him?
You can give a boost, yes.
Oh, I was gonna do
or if you have another ability. Thing, I think.
I was gonna try and do my valuable facts. Right?
Let's see how that works.
Just make it average, whatever. Which I think this one would be.
Yeah.
Lore or underworld. No, this would be underworld, definitely.
Right? Yeah. Once per encounter, I'm just reading for the audience. Once per encounter, perform a valuable facts action. Make an average knowledge check. If successful, add a triumph to 1 ally skill check during this encounter. So,
nice.
I would consider this an encounter, so you should absolutely go ahead and roll that, Marcus.
Nope.
Never mind, Marcus.
I can't.
I am gonna flip a light side point for this.
Okay.
Ooh, you got this.
Well, I'm going to flip a dark side in relation to you and upgrade the difficulty by 1 to give you I think it just adds a purple die onto those 2 reds.
Add a purple die. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's a tough.
It's going to be a beefy roll.
Do I have a boost or no? Because he didn't.
Yeah. He can still give you the boost.
No, he still helps. Okay. So, yeah.
You can still get a boost out of it.
This is a chunky dice pool,
right?
Wow.
We cannot hit these rolls, right?
Oh my goodness. Foundry. We just went on a break, Foundry. What the fuck, Foundry?
You know what's funny is even me upgrading the dark side didn't really do anything. Like it just gave you a threat that took away an advantage. It didn't even. You know what? I just had an idea. Sorry. I think it's not in the rules. Yeah, we may change doing this. Whenever I flip a dark side, I'm gonna give you guys a little XP bonus. How about that? That way it doesn't feel as dirty to me. It felt dirty when I flipped that dark side point. Okay. With your 2 advantages, you find, even though it's not technically a success, just in the whole searching, you find some references to a Maxeer horn. in the pre New Republic era, so during the Imperial era, shipping in hiring some smugglers to bring in food to Naboo. On the down low under Imperial noses, but other than that, nothing. You can't really find anything else.
Okay.
And so I feel like, yeah, me and Doc, we like consolidated, and we're just like, where these Marcus would be like, okay. So basically being able to dig up that he seems to have been if not a rebel, advocate against the Imperials. At the time. So there's a higher than not chance that he isn't directly involved with this, or could it be that he's against the government?
Some odd details here. The picture I put together makes me not believe that it was Maxio that blew up Padma's apartment. I think we may have some spy v spy things going on in the background.
Yes, we might have an intelligence battle.
An ISB agent versus a New Republic agent. Somebody still clearly wants Hugo dead, although he's a priority target. They were trying to get him out of the way, and they did not succeed. So I'm sure that's an objective on the table still. It's intriguing.
Yes, it's unfortunate we weren't able to find more, but the evidence points to, as you say, this being a bit more complicated than they already assumed it was. I feel it'll be pertinent to maybe we make our trip back to. It'll probably be the most enlightening thing to give us more information on the situation, as it were. There's too many pieces moving that we don't know.
There are an awful lot of pieces. I don't know that we're going to get a lot of new information from staking out this shipment, but we might pick up a nice, hefty crate of contraband to sell back at Marrgild.
I'm more meaning that whoever comes to assess the goods or take them, it will, I feel, give us a better indication of where we go, on where this all leads to. Yeah.
Perhaps it could also just be a dead drop. Who knows?
Could be a dead drop.
Is there any? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is there? Okay, so are we still inside a room, or are we just out somewhere?
I think we're just on the. I think we're on the ship.
We're on the ship. We're just on the ship right now.
Yeah, we haven't left yet.
Could I, with a mechanics roll, because I already used my feature, my contraption thing, could I make a camera that could connect a feed to a data pad?
I don't see why you couldn't. Yeah, give me a mechanics check. If you want to rig up a camera for a thing, give me a. I guess it would be. About 2 purple, I guess, would be the difficulty.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. You're able to rig up like you rig up like you're able to put together like a couple cameras that you could hook into like a data pad and give you like a feed.
Ooh. Well, if it is a dead drop, we might as well set up shop with some of these little fancy cameras I made. Be able to get faces, name, anything. If we put them in the right spot, obviously, when we get to where the deal is happening, obviously.
Good idea.
But I'm still kind of confused. Why do you want to bomb that poor girl? Like, she had no involvement. They just get rid of any witnesses?
She was a loose end.
It's either retaliation or a loose end. Hard to tell.
I don't want to. It just seems a bit off. I just don't know why.
You never received confirmation that her body was found. That she was dead. Something to keep in mind. Nothing impacts the overall situation, cause at the moment, we should keep focused on this. And I imagine that took us like a day or so, like a day and a half of looking at shit and researching shit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. Everything.
Have
So I
they
guess
updated any records, like confirming that Padma was amongst the dead?
Yeah.
So during the course of y'all's investigating, not yet. You haven't found anything. You haven't found a list of any of the victims of the bombing in general, so not her either. Yep. That information does not appear to be public at the moment.
What about not public? I have access to the security forces systems.
Well, funny enough, Oyen walks into the room, and Oyen, you've just received a call from Riom, or your buddy. I keep fucking his name up. Riom. That is the confirmation of Padma's death. And I was actually just waiting for you guys to finish your research before I do the call. So it's a good moment for you. Hey, Oyen, the call from Riom came through. It confirms that she is among the dead.
What does he say? Is that all he says? Or
They had to just that they had to use dental records. She was that burnt up body that one of you uncovered.
Yeah, that I found.
Okay. So if he says that to me, then I will relay that information to the rest of the party while we're still here.
Yeah.
Well, looks like they did end up finding her. She was that burnt body that you found there.
He was that crispy critter that you guys uncovered.
Yeah. Fortunately.
It's like Doc said, she was, just a loose end that somebody wanted to tie up.
I feel we've done.
The fact that it was using ISB tactics is what throws me, because as far as we know, Maxia doesn't have any ties to the ISB.
Yes.
That gives me an idea.
And with that, while everybody else is here trying to discover more information, I want to head over to the local entertainment establishment here on Karen called Club Deja.
Yeah.
Which I know is a like I said, this town is big with like, Alderanians and whatnot. So I want to try and see if I can find like there's somebody that I'm looking for in particular that isn't somebody that I know too much, but he was a friend of another like friend pilot of mine. So I want to go and see if I can find this if this person is around here.
Gotcha.
So I will do that.
Well, you guys keep working on here. Chippy and I are gonna head over to the club town here. I want to see if there's anybody, or if I can find a contact here that may or may not be here that I know, and see if they know anything about any Imperial presence here on the planet. So we'll go check that out. I'll be back in a bit.
Keep your head low. Don't draw attention to yourself.
So with that, Chippy and I are off.
Okay. Yeah, you Oyen are able to go to Club Deja.
Club Deja, yep.
And yeah. You see like some of the Basilisk guards that are kind of hanging around and different around there, and different people walking around. Who are you looking for?
So I want to look around. I want to do a perception check.
Gotcha. You looking for somebody specific?
I'm looking for somebody in particular. Yes.
Are they human or not human?
They're human.
Okay.
They are an Alderanian, so I think the probability to find them here is pretty high.
Probably do 2 purple die.
2 purple? Okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was asking was there's a determined difficulty.
Yeah. All right.
Oh wait, let me get the dice box up for you. You can see. There you go.
All right. So we're gonna roll.
You spot who you're looking for.
All right. So I walk up to this individual and I recognize him as a friend of Lieutenant Shara Bay, who I flew with in Green Squadron. And this man goes by the name of Jariah Olgo, who some may recognize. He is from the noble house of, or the Alderanian noble house of House Olgo. And yeah, like I said, I don't really know him too well myself, but he knew Lieutenant Bay, who I flew with in Green Squadron. So there's the kind of that connection.
DT, can you put the name in the chat so I can put it in my notes, please?
Yes.
So I can copy her down.
Yes. Put it in chat.
Thank you.
So I will walk up to him.
Hello. You may not recognize me, but I think I know who you are. You used to, you used to know one of my old wingmates, Lieutenant Bay. We flew in the rebellion together during the Galactic Civil War. So I was wondering if you could help me out and maybe answering a couple questions here. I've been on Naboo for a couple days now, and there's some stuff going on over in Theed, and I was just wondering if you knew of any Imperial involvement as of recently. I know that might be a little strange considering that, the New Republic and all, but you never know. There's remnants, there's Imperial remnants out there throughout the galaxy. I have found evidence of Imperial involvement over on Theed very recently, as we were just there, or I was just there a couple of days ago. So I was just wondering, as a friend of a friend, if you knew maybe anything that could help me out and trying to get to the bottom of this.
DT, is this person a older gentleman or a younger fella?
I would say he is like in his 30s.
Okay.
Like maybe late 30s.
Gotcha. Okay. Olgo, who was sitting there just kind of smoking on like a Star Wars hookah pipe, right? Like
yeah, like I mean, Jabba has one in Return of the Jedi.
Exactly.
So yeah, it makes sense.
Exactly. Looks you up and down and kind of gives you like doesn't say anything, just kind of nods and then indicates to a nearby chair for you to take a sip. Take a seat.
Right. I'll nod and take a seat.
So you are looking for, this is me, Josh, not the character. Well, I mean, I am a character, but not that character. The information about Imperial goings-ons, perhaps, on Naboo. That's what you're getting at?
Yeah, Imperial, like, activity, or if he knows anything about any, Imperials on Naboo, particularly, like, Theed, anything going on with, like, just involvements that they may have there.
Yeah. He looks at you, Oyen, and he kind of takes a drag on the pipe, and then he looks at you and he says, ever since the New Republic kind of took over and defeated the Empire, there hasn't really been very much Imperial activity going on after they were kind of, the worst, rather, after Operation Cinder and whatnot, after they were kind of removed from the area. I cannot specifically offer you any information at this time, Oyen. I apologize. I do not have anything of that might be of value to you. I do not know anybody, or do I know anybody that might know anything?
And
Oyen, he's telling you the truth. You don't even need the roll. Like, he's being really honest and forthright with this information. He legitimately does not know.
Gotcha.
But I can keep my ear out, and if I hear anything, contact you. It takes another drag on the pipe.
Very well, I would appreciate that. Just curious. We'll probably be here, or I'll probably be here for I don't know, a couple days.
How long has it been? We have like a day or two left before the actual thing is supposed to happen?
You got 2 days left. You guys spent the day kind of researching and stuff.
So yeah, I'll probably be here for at least a couple more days. But yeah, if you find out anything else, yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good to know for sure.
He looks at you, Oyen, and says, takes a drag on the pipe again, and says, "This got anything to do with that explosion over in Theed?"
Matter of fact, it does. Recognize that explosion as a some terrorist tactic, or the ISB also used these methods. And like I said, I was in the war serving the rebellion, so I became very familiar with the way they do things, how frequently they occurred, just the way they did that. So I was able to recognize exactly how that was.
He looks thoughtfully for a moment and then looks at you and says, Oyen, try not to get too hung up on it necessarily being an Imperial connection. There could be a lot of people with enemies here on Naboo. It is completely possible. Just don't get too focused on it just because they were the most recent giant evil. Perhaps there's more than meets the eye here. Just some friendly advice.
That's true. You're right. But I just figured I'd ask, since like I said, that's kind of what I'm familiar with as being a veteran of the Alliance, and I know there's still Imperial remnants out there, but I wasn't sure if there was any sort of Imperial presence on Naboo still. I wouldn't imagine there would be much, but you never know.
He nods. I'll keep my ear out for you, Oyen.
Very well.
May the Force be with you.
Force be with you as well. It's a nice establishment you've managed to have here, and glad that everyone has,
like, all the Iranians is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got you.
Glad everyone was able to find a new home here after that calamity that occurred. It was actually, the destruction of Alderaan was actually one of the big things that pushed me to join the rebellion, the fight against the Empire. Because once I saw that happen, I knew I didn't want that to happen to my home. So I knew that had to be the one and only planet that we lost to that monstrosity that the Empire created.
Yeah, there is a sadness in his eyes that's obviously the kind of sad that will never go away. The big sad, one would say.
Yeah.
It will always be an open wound for the Alderaanian people. He just takes a long drag on his pipe, nods. Yeah.
Well, I thank you for your time, Jiraiya, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll leave you to it. I appreciate you speaking with me for a bit, and
I assume that I kind of have his contact info now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll maybe be hearing from you at some point in the future. But yeah, like I said, I'll be here on World for at least a couple more days, and then I have to head off to other prior business. But it was a pleasure finally meeting you as well. I've heard some things about you from Shara and all that. She, last I heard, she was no longer part of the. Well, actually, I know that she, after the Battle of Endor, retired with her husband Kez and their son Poe. So they're out of the war effort and everything. So they're living their life, which I'm happy for them, because they definitely deserved it, as being a huge part of the Battle of Endor and all that. But if I ever when I hear from her next, if at all, I'll be sure to let you know I encountered you and you were able to help me out on this. But like I said, I'll leave you to it. I appreciate your help and all that, and yeah, I'll be seeing you.
And then if he has nothing to say or anything like that, I'll just head on back to the ship.
Yeah, he just kind of nods at you and kind of waves a goodbye as you leave. All right. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do? Just let me know when you're ready, and we can kind of fast forward to through those days, or if there's anything you want to do before then.
I don't think I have anything I need to do. So yeah, if we want to just speed it up, then we can just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we can fast forward to the stakeout.
Yeah.
All right, I got you. All right. So a couple days pass. You guys kind of rest up. So if you had any wounds, you heal. Your strain is reset. I believe you heal 1 wound per day. Is that right? I think that's how it works.
Yeah, if William had any wounds left, Doc would have patched him up.
Gotcha. Okay.
To do that.
Yeah, so, with the rest and then just being on the ship and all that, I think
you should be all. You should all be full.
Should be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should all be full. Yeah, you are able to secure transport. I believe there's a I think there's like is it a train or like a repulsor type?
Yeah, like the way I think of it is just like, the train from fucking Mando, like the Coruscant episode. Like one of those things.
That you are able to get like a ticket on. Credits are minuscule, so obviously not gonna like. Here's these 5 credits. You need to not fucking.
Either that or we take a shuttle like in Galaxies and go from city to city, something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a transport. You're able to secure a ride onto it, and you're able to get back to feed. I'm assuming you guys are trying to be somewhat incognito. I imagine you probably. This is just me. I'm not saying this is what you did. I'm just assuming you probably have like cloaks on and stuff like that.
Trying to be a little discreet,
Yeah. PG friendly.
Yeah. So you're able to. Let me look at the manifest that I have. You're able to discern where the shipment of those mechanical parts that those weapons were being smuggled in on. You're able to discern where they which docking bay they would be coming in for. And you guys, how do you want to set up? Like you're there like before anything arrives, so you probably have a few hours. You're gonna stake it out. What's your setup process like?
Obviously I'm gonna place some cameras in some spots that show maybe someone an easy access for someone to leave and exit.
Yeah. So you set up a camera kind of pointed toward both where the ship will probably come in and land, and a camera kind of set up toward do you want it like, so there's like 3 different directions you could set up a camera for like the entering and exiting of the starport bays, right? You could set it up where like you'll get a back shot if they leave the bay, right? You could do a side profile if they walk through the door and get like a side shot. Or you could set up the camera, which I'm already assuming you have a camera pointed like straight at where a ship will come in. How do you want to set up that second camera?
Okay, so I'd say the second one would maybe be inside the warehouse, just in case, to show if it is like a drop off where they place the crate.
So it's like, it works like this, Derps. You'll be in the starport, right? And it's gonna come into a bay, there's no warehouse. It's going to come into a landing bay, and you're going to have a camera already set up to where the ship will come in and land. But there's also another entrance where people will walk into like the docking bay, right? I was wondering if that's where you want the camera, where they walk in at the docking bay.
Oh yeah.
I got
Especially to notice if
That's poor description on my part.
Yeah, that's okay. No worries. It's just in case as well as to see who comes in and maybe like collects it, or maybe if the customs worker who'll check in all the shipments to make sure like, okay, that's good, just in case they're a bit suspicious.
Gotcha.
And also maybe just to zoom in to see if there's any sort of like note on it saying where it's going to get moved to afterwards.
Yeah, okay. All right, so you set your cameras up, and you double check them with your data pad to make sure you can see. How did you want to do the data pad, Derps? Do you want... What'll happen is you can do like a live view, but it'll be like a super short range, which means you'll need to be kind of near your cameras, or you could have set it to like record it, right? And then you can play it back later on the data pad. Or yeah, that'd be like the two options. How did you want to have your cameras set?
I'd say I'd probably want both, but I'd say for the ease of discussion and just in case not to get caught, I'd say just like play and record sort of deal.
Yeah, you could also set one camera to live and one to record as well. You could do like a tour if you wanted to.
A tour.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I'll do the one inside with like recording, and the one that shows
the doorways
going in and out.
Gotcha.
The one in and out is the live one.
Gotcha. Okay, so you'll have to stay somewhat near to the live one.
That's fine with me. I will try and do my best to blend in, like I know that I work there with my big mechanical arm on and stuff.
I got you. Okay. So Jindy has her camera set up. You guys see her do that. How else do the rest of you prepare? Are you looking for spots to hide? Like, what's the deal? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do, because I'll let like Doc and shit.
Markus?
Derper. No,
Jindy.
Jindy. I'll let Jindy and Doc figure out like the camera, tech stuff, and then I'll try to just find like a spot where we can kind of would be a good place to like have like a good line of vision towards like where it's going to be going down, but also somewhere where like we won't get like boxed in or trapped in case something happens, or like somewhere where we can kind of like see, like have good vision on the site, but also like if we need to move, we can move without getting like stuck somewhere,
I gotcha. Yeah.
I think Doc would this just occurred to me, but would like to put together a like a pretty crude tracker, but one that he could maybe deploy from his dart gun.
Yeah. Do you want to if you want to roll for it, you can roll for it, or I'll give you the option. You can flip a destiny point and just have a tracker on you that you can use from your dart gun.
Do you want to skip the montage, or do you want to do the montage?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we could have done it as like a flashback if you wanted to do that. It's not a big deal. Like, but this is also a valid use. It shows my players and also the audience at home that are watching. Yeah, you can flip a destiny point and just have a thing happen. Like, that's totally cool. So
yeah. So I've got a tracker, dart, plugged into my little palm gun, and so with the idea, like when I see the crate, if I get an opportunity, I'll try to set up in a spot where I can and just have a tracker on it, so we can see where it goes.
Yeah, you're able to set up near like a fairly easy spot.
Yeah.
you'll probably have to make like a like if when they unload the box, if you want to shoot the tracker on it, you'll probably have to make a roll to hit it. But other than that, you can get probably within a short range, which would be like I believe 2. Actually, I can check this. I have a combat thingy right here. I can look at it. View.
Combat.
It'll be it'll be 1 purple die. So you can set up a short range for a 1 purple die shot.
Perfect.
I think Markus will he'll be like looking at, are there any like organic workers and shit? Like, is there people around and whatnot?
Currently,
or is it fully like?
So in this particular hangar, there isn't really anybody here right now. It's why you guys are able to set up pretty much with no issue. You know, just from living in this universe that, you know, when something arrives, like a shipment will arrive, there will be like a mix of probably mostly droids, but probably a person or two that will supervise those droids to unload cargo.
Have I been able to see, like, has he been able to see, like, any of the uniforms, any of those people around and shit?
In the starport as a whole, yes. But not in this particular hangar, but in the starport as a whole, yes.
Right. What I'm wondering is how hard would it be to kind of grab a uniform from them?
It's a good idea.
Yeah. How are you gonna go about it? You're gonna try to find one. You're gonna try to talk to a guy. You're gonna beat the shit out of a dude and rob him. Like, which?
So I have an idea on how to do this. So is there? So there's nobody here yet, right?
Correct.
Or is there?
There's nobody here.
So I'm thinking maybe
nobody in the hangar. I should say. Clarify.
Yeah.
Nobody in the hangar.
We can try to find whenever people like who are supposed to be working here. Try to find some guys and kind of be like, yo, we're the new guys. We need you know, we need like the proper attire, the work clothes or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
you guys got any other stuff? And we could like charm them, you know, kind of.
Yeah, no, that's what I was planning. Yeah.
Yeah, so we
like when that time starts to get to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can find a.
You'll need some forged credentials to help things along.
that can help.
That would be most helpful.
Wouldn't hurt our chances, I'd say.
Yeah.
Okay. What order of things are we doing here? Forge credentials first. Doc.
Yeah, I could probably try to put them in the computer under a fake name or something, or
Also, you guys probably plan this out back on the ship, by the way. So it's just like you know all this.
Oh yeah. All right.
Think of it as like a flashback setup time. That whole deal.
Yeah. We would have had plenty of time back on the ship.
We would have done this.
This is the Ocean's 11 thing where they're flashing between the plan executing and the plan.
What's funny is it's like Blades in the Dark, right? It's like when you do a heist in Blades. I know I'm breaking immersion right now for everybody watching, but I am a student of many tabletop games. God damn it! You don't really plan out the heist too much. Like if you need a lockpick, you flash back to how you got it, or if you got to bribe a guard, you flash back to how you set up that bribe to that guard. So it's kind of what this is. So Doc, forge credentials. Let's go. Computers check.
Can I help?
Computers difficulty.
Probably just be probably just 2 purple. Yeah, it wouldn't be too difficult. Actually, you know what? It's 1 purple die. It's probably pretty easy for you in this area.
Yeah.
And you can't help, Doc.
Anything special? Just
can I can help?
You can. Yeah, they'll give you a boost die.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Anything special? No. You're just trying to put them in the system.
Yeah, just trying to put them in the system so that when they say, "Yeah, we're temporary help," that it passes a casual check.
yeah. Sorry, I just had a billion funny ideas, but I'm just gonna go with the regulars. You succeed. Obviously, you get them in the computers. You with all the successes and advantages you get, you're able to set it to like nobody's really gonna question them for the most part. They're newer people, just to kind of give them what they need and let them get their work done. You have it set to like they've been probably working on different shifts for a while now, so they that's why nobody's really seen them, so it won't raise suspicions. Yeah, so they're in the system, pretty easy to check. Doc, you're even able to print out a couple of ID cards, like employee ID cards, to give them using, like, I'm sure you probably have some sort of photo taker built in on your body somewhere, I imagine. You probably have photos of the guys pretty easily.
Nice.
Exactly. So you plug it in, you make photo IDs, employee IDs that look genuine. In fact, they could probably be used again in the future if nobody catches on any untoward goings-ons here. So yeah, you got the ID cards, Doc.
Here's your credentials, fellas. Welcome to your first day on docks.
What name did you give us here?
I hate you so much right now.
Probably just
and I look at the card and I guess, you know, Bigfoot, I can just come up with a name. It's fine. But
Yeah,
no,
we can just make it up.
you already asked, and I have names for you. DT, you are now known as Gavin Prenda, and
Gavin
Markus,
Prenda, okay.
you are now known as Daro Elness. Enjoy.
Daro Elness.
I haven't. I was prepared. I'll put them in the chat even for you.
Excellent.
Because it may come up
Gavin
again in the future.
Hey, man. It's like, dude, this reminds me of the time where we came up with fake names in Frozen Decimation. And if I'm not mistaken, I went by one of the Game of Thrones characters.
You
man.
did.
Yeah,
you
went
by the
you went
Hound's
by
name.
Sandor. Yeah,
Oh yeah, the Hound.
Sandor,
That's right. Hilarious.
But congratulations. Have you guys seen my friend Gavin anywhere? Gavin. Anyway, those are your ID cards.
Excellent.
All right then, Daro, you ready to get things going here?
Let's do it.
And like, I don't say this out loud, but in my head, I wonder if Markus is gonna put on another accent for this fake version of himself, or if he's just gonna stick with his normal one. I don't say it, but I think I'm like, I give him a quick glance, and then I just, that's it.
Just speak space, friend.
Sorry, DT, I was distracted. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying it didn't matter. It was just like joking around.
I got you. Yeah, give me just a second here. Toast had to step away, so that's why he is not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have your ID cards. Are you gonna try to find some uniforms now? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
All right, yeah. You're able to find a maintenance worker if that's what you are looking for. Is that what you're specifically looking for as a worker? Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, easy to find. You see he's kind of got the uniform on. He's kind of got like a mop. He's kind of mopping the floor outside the hangar bay areas.
Go to him and yeah, Markus would be like, "Hey, excuse me. We're looking for the fire room so we can change into the uniforms and we need to get. You wouldn't mind showing us where location would be. Must oblige.
It is like an older like gentleman as he kind of mops and kind of pauses and looks up at you and says, the first day on the job, I remember my first day. It's a long time ago. Long time ago. It's why they just have me mopping nowadays. It's right over there in the broom closet. And he kind of points. He kind of he gets his mop up and kind of uses his mop as like a walking stick, just leaving puddles of water as he kind of walks over to it. He's like shuffling, kind of hunkered over it. I remember my first day, youngsters. Come on, come along with me. Old Jallo will get you all set up. Come along now.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. No problem. He leads you over to it's a door, and he kind of takes out his employee ID in his hands, like all shaky. He's just kind of slides it through, and he doors open, and you see a bunch of uniforms in there, and like cleaning supplies and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, we'll grab some situated.
Have a good first day, fellas. If you need anything, just give me a call. He kind of plops back to his area with leaving just dripping puddles of water everywhere.
Oh man.
You have a good one now, old Joe.
Yeah. He just kind of mumbles.
Yeah, I know we'll put the clothes on.
Yeah. You guys could totally pass as maintenance guys. It's cool.
All right. Yeah, then we'll go to the hangar and start. Make sure everything else is going smoothly, and once the shipment starts to get there, we'll start to busy ourselves, or like make ourselves look inconspicuous, I guess.
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Change into our gear. I mean, we'll be all right as long as we change into the other gear, I think.
Yeah. I think
the work clothes we just got.
Yeah, you're currently disguised as like two cleaners.
Yeah.
You do. All right. Is everybody kind of set up where they want to be?
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right. You guys wait a few hours, I'll say. Eventually, a large, like shipping ship arrives. Not like nothing unusual, just basic starship that would carry cargo and stuff like that comes in, and you see like a human pilot kind of disembark from the ship, and it kind of he kind of waves over to Markus or Oyen, whichever one he sees first, to come in and speak with him.
Oh, I'll head over and speak with him.
He says, I have and you see he's like a younger pilot, probably in his 20s. He has like a little scruffy 5 o'clock shadow kind of going on, kind of brown hair, brown eyes type. He's like, hey, yeah, I got some parts here from Corellia, several box loads, mechanical pieces, building supplies, the usual. Needs to have these unloaded.
All right. Everything seems to be in order. We'll get that unloaded for you right away.
All right. let me know. I'm gonna go get some food. Just let me know when you're good.
Yes, sir.
He leaves. He leaves a loading ramp open on the ship, and the droids, the loading droids, eventually enter into the hangar bay. Like they were kind of ready and prepared for this. Like you don't even have to do anything, and they start unloading boxes,
like crates and shipments and stuff.
Boxes and crates. There's multiple boxes and crates. They're all different shapes and sizes. You spot a few of the crates that kind of look similar to those that were used to store those blaster rifles.
Yeah, I will. I'll tag one of the ones that looks like the crate that we saw at Tycho's house.
Yeah, roll a shot for me at short range with one purple dice. Pretty easy to do.
One purple die. Two triumphs.
Oh.
Let me write that down for you.
Holy crap.
Oh my god, what is with these double triumphs?
Bro, 2 triumphs?
Another one. And another one.
Yeah. GM, here's some ideas on how you want to how you could spend this. Yeah, how do you do 2 triumphs here? Like any next check will have a boost die on it. We can do that. That's easy. So you guys have to remember that because I will fucking forget.
Doc tags every box that he recognized as similar to the ones that we saw back.
That's definitely so. Here's what happens, Doc. See, I am gonna retcon a couple things, but it's gonna be to your benefit, which is like you set up this so this tracking device that you got actually marks everything within like a certain radius. So you mark all the boxes that kind of look similar to those, so you get trackers for each of them that you could do. So you know which one's the main one you marked, and then there's like 3 separate markers that are now marked that you can track. So let's do that, because that's cool, and I feel like that's a neat little tracker. And that can be how we spin those triumphs. Narrative dice, guys, gets the brain going.
It's like a little cluster thing. It hits, and then it's like 3 more split off of it, and
exactly. And the best part about any of this is nobody notices. Like the droids don't notice. Like really, the only person that actually notices that you hit your target, Doc, is you. You notice it. Like you see Markus kind of looking at you, Doc. Like, are you gonna mark this thing or what? What's going on? No, I'm kidding. It's like but like nobody really notices except for you, Doc. Like you've got them marked. And the boxes are all unloaded, and they are stored to the side in the hangar bay. Yeah.
All right. Got them stored, offloaded. Guess I'll give a call to the pilot, let him know that, like, we've offloaded everything. You don't need like a signature, or like, can I ask for a signature? I don't know what a signature needed for this, or like.
It's all kind of marked electronically with like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I think it's like his name's already been marked down, whatever, on the papers and shit. So what is his name?
His name is I saw a name I liked, but I can't use it. Rick's Heron. I'll put it in the chat for you. No, sorry. The name I looked at was Val. This is the pilot of the ship. Funny enough, and I was like, we can't use Val's name. It's like, this is gonna get weird. Rix Heron is the pilot of this ship. He just came from Corellia. It's marked on the information that you got, Markus, on that he kind of like the manifest kind of updated when he arrived and all that. So, Rix Heron, Corellia. He's a licensed cargo pilot. Well, he's not shady, is what I'm getting at. Everything he's got something up and up.
It's because he's a human.
Yeah, he's a human. In his 20s.
Also, did you say he was from Corellia?
He just came from Corellia. He's not necessarily from Corellia.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like the shipping with parts. So, yeah. So it took like an hour to unload all the cargo. So an hour has passed. You notify him, Markus. He thanks you. He's very cordial, and he returns back to the hangar after having partook in a meal, and he thanks you for the unloading the cargo, and kind of gives you like a little salute, and then he goes back up into the ship unless you stop him. He's gonna take off and leave.
Anything else we kind of need? Because like you said, he seemed pretty above board and shit. I guess he will be like, where? He'll be like, so where on really coming in from? It's like trying to make it seem like you're making an idle conversation, you know, just being like, where are you coming in from? On Corellia.
Yeah, he just say he's like, I just came from God damn it. It's the Coronet City. God damn it. That's it.
Coronet, yeah.
I was trying to look up the fucking I thought it was Coronet, but I wanted to double check, and in my double checking I got fucking lost in the sea of information that is Star Wars. Yeah, he just says, I just came in from Coronet City, you know, they loaded some things on there that I'm gonna have to take. I gotta make my way over to Othawi and yeah, you know, the usual. He says it. You see him he's not trying to pull away, but he's obviously on a schedule. So he's kind of like, he's not trying to be rude either. Like, it's kind of that weird thing. It's like if you're talking to a truck driver at a truck stop, you know?
Yeah, I get that. No, he'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to hold you up. Just curious. Yeah, safe flights. Safe journeys. That's a better phrase he'd use. Yeah. And yeah, he just see him off.
I've hidden Derp's camera because he fell asleep. So it's okay. He's just tired. I knew he was tired before he was playing today.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get much sleep.
You're good, my guy. You're good. We'll be wrapping up.
I'm gonna sleep like a fucking log after this.
Yeah, I got you. It's just funny. I'm gonna turn you back on.
Could we? Because once we get it all uploaded and Rix gets on his way and whatnot, can we stay away from this? Because I know we have the trackers.
Yeah.
Is there a way to put any of the cameras in or on the some of the cargo as well?
Jindy could do that afterward if we wanted to. For a live feed, Jindy would have to stay close to the cargo. Before recording, wouldn't really need to.
Yeah, I think Markus would be like, Jindy, would it be possible for you to camera on and use the camera in an inconspicuous manner to where we'd be able to receive the recording and feed in a timely manner, like post him like taking the cargo.
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I'm gonna have to get a bit closer to the cargo to do so. But I'll try my best to blend in.
Yeah. Once Riggs is left, like the hangar bay is empty, so
Yeah,
you have time to set up the cameras if you want to. You can do that, like no problem.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll head inside and set up 1 or 2 cameras maybe to get all possible angles.
You're able to set them up, no problem. You go and hide out, and the cargo sits there. You guys gonna keep staking out? That's the plan too.
Yeah,
So-
I'd like to see who comes to pick it up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, no one has arrived yet,
If
right?
nobody does, we can just take it.
So you guys stake out, and hours pass, and hours pass, and hours pass, and hours pass.
I think after
Does
that
the
many,
manifest say like who is picking this up?
It does not.
Or who this shipment is for?
It didn't mention. It just said when
No, I
it's
mean
coming
here.
in. Oh
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, Markus.
no.
Okay.
I think before we let that many hours pass, we probably would have like
Yeah, I got you.
been like, okay, nobody's coming. So
It's become quite obvious that nobody's coming. Like it is.
yeah, so I would imagine after a while we're like, let's take a look what's inside, and then let's just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you're gonna start opening up the crates.
I think maybe we should check them to see if there isn't like some sort of
a booby trap or
like
something.
yeah, booby traps or like if
Yeah.
not even explosives, but just like if you open it up and it triggers like something somewhere, you know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
I got you. I got you.
yeah.
Give me
So
a
all of that.
I want to say a security check, but I think it's like a computer's check.
No, yeah.
To well. Yeah, you could use computers. You could use skullduggery to try to see if there's any kind of... Actually, skullduggery is probably more the speed here, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, I can see skullduggery.
I'm going to call it skullduggery. Give me a skullduggery check. Just 1 purple dice, whoever wants to make that. And you can get an assist.
Who's the skullduggeryest of us all?
So what's everybody's skullduggery?
So I got yellow green.
Okay, so it's probably you.
Would it? Nobody else is better than that?
It is not I.
Okay, so I'll roll it then. So you said I could, or what is it again? The roll, Josh?
1 purple die.
Okay.
And
you get a
skullduggery.
blue if someone's assisting.
Yeah, you get a blue.
Okay. Let's
And you
roll.
also get another one, I think.
Wait. What? I get
Another boost from the triumph, right? Was that the next roll?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Next roll
So
gets
I
triumph.
So 2 blues.
Two blues.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, let's
Bigfoot's
let it rip.
100% correct.
Shout out Bigfoot, man, for paying attention.
There we go.
Oh,
There we
baby,
go.
another triumph.
No,
That's
another
what we do. That's what we like to see.
fucking. That's free for you, motherfucker.
I got a 3-er, baby.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
So 3 successes, 2 advantages, and a triumph.
Okay. You're able to check it over really easily. There are no switches that would give you away if you open them. There's no bombs.
No trackers,
there's
no switches, no explosives.
Let's
none
put
of
it
that
like
shit.
this. There's nothing bad, and you can open them without having to hack into them or anything like that. How about that?
Okay, cool. So I just pop the lid open and take a peek inside.
It's mechanical parts.
Okay.
Gears and whatnot.
I'm gonna dig deep to see if there's any weapons at the bottom.
Jindy sticks her hands into the crate and searching through until you feel the bottom of the crate. There are no weapons.
It's just parts.
So that's one of them. How about the rest? How many were there? Did you say there was like 3 of them?
There's like 3 or 4. For the sake of brevity, none of the
We looked
crates
through
have
them
weapons.
all, and they have
Yeah.
nothing. Okay.
They're all parts. They look like the exact same parts you found in that other box, but no guns.
So looks like this was not the shipment we were looking for. Or if
Oh,
it
yeah?
was, something happened.
I'm going to flip a dark side point. And what happens is you just get a bad feeling that you guys are just in a dead end. And whoever has been dealing with this is probably aware of you by now and has taken precautions. And that's probably what has happened. And that's what that dark side point is. There's nothing untoward with that dark side point. That is just to give you the gist of it.
Okay.
And that's just that's a bad feeling. That's why I flipped the thing for you.
Well, gang, this probably means whoever was dealing with this kind of stuff knows that we've been poking around a bit too much. So I say we just leave. I think we've done all we can here. So we have other business we need to attend to anyway.
Yeah.
So how about we head back over to Corinne and take the Viper back to Marrgild?
Yeah.
This is.
It seems our leads have dried up here. And this is probably the end of what we can do.
Agreed.
Bayard speaks up and says, I think I'm going to stick around a little while here under cover. See if I can uncover anything more going on.
All right.
Yeah.
Like a plan. Let us know if you find it.
He nods and says, I will do that. So he's going to stay behind and feed for a little while you guys are off.
Very well.
Doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Keep in contact and see you around.
Will do. All right. So, yeah, you guys, if you guys are fine with ending here, we can, you guys get back to the ship. No problems.
Get back to the ship.
And
boot it up
and leave.
back to Marrgild.
Yeah, you input the coordinates for Marrgild and you jump into hyperspace, and we're gonna end.
Send us into hyperspace real quick, man. Come on.
I guess I could do that.
You can do it, man. You can do it. Come on.
Blast us through the wormy hole. What?
It's been a hot minute since we've done it.
Come on, baby. Let me send us into hyperspace real quick.
Yeah, my fucking.
Did we take the mechanical parts? Like, did we get
If you want to, you can.
raw material out of that.
Yeah, let's take some.
I figured Jendi would want to anyway. So
Hell yeah, I'm gonna take it,
Yeah.
pimp the ship, pimp everything else, pimp my ride time. Plus, I want to do more contraption shit.
Yeah.
at the very least, we could take that as a
Yeah, baby.
waste of our time. You know.
Yeah, but hey, yo, man, thanks for parts.
Sorry, my browser is capturing the wrong fucking screen.
No.
We've gotten some pretty there were some good things that came out of it. We got pretty solid false identities, like some good under.
Yeah, we have that for the future now. You know.
Yeah.
Like, if we ever need fake names, we don't have to come up with new ones. We just we could use those.
Yeah, too.
Which, by the way, I wrote them down in the spreadsheet in the party tab,
Nice.
Nice.
so we don't forget them. They're there.
And also,
Very nice.
got what was I gonna say? I mean, the cameras are there as well, so they're probably just set to record now. So
Oh, and I definitely recovered my tracker.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want that. Yeah,
110%.
But yeah,
don't
the
know why-
cameras are still supposed to periodically send you some recordings.
My sounds are not playing.
Here it is.
Oh, there we go. I hear some sound.
You guys hear that?
Mhm.
You know what's weird is
No?
I don't hear it.
Okay, now I do.
Yeah, I'm not.
Let's go to
I'm not sure either,
hyperspace.
but
Yeah.
that's tight.
Shit's weird. Nothing's working right. It's okay. We're gonna end here though. It's
All right, so we made it out of hyperspace. We're in Nar Shaddaa, or we're going to Nar Shaddaa. Let's go.
yeah.
We're going to Shadar Nar.
Nar Shaddaa.
Why am I not getting sound? That make no sense.
I don't know. I can hear it now.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later. Anyway, thanks
Yeah.
guys for playing. We did lose a toast for a little while, so that's why he kind of stayed behind. That's what that was about. XP. This is the group XP as a total. So 15 XP before triumphs.
How much?
15
15.
as a group. 5 for each hour played. Doc, you had 2 triumphs. That's another 10 XP for you. DT, you had 3 triumphs. That's 15 XP for you. And Derper, you had a triumph. That's another 5 XP for you.
Oh yeah.
I flipped 2 dark side points. That's another. Oh shit! That should have been in the group XP. That's another 10 XP to everybody.
Nice.
My
Awesome.
bad. All right. Did anything occur during the game that you felt may have had an impact in your backstory anywhere?
I feel like that that little chat I had with Jiraiya Olgo and the Club Dija,
Yeah.
like kind of explaining to him like, you know, he's a friend of a friend, and you know what the destruction of Alderaan kind of was like the push that inspired me to join the rebellion back in, you know, those days, and you know, just that all that I think was pretty was a pretty cool moment.
Gotcha. What about anybody else? Did anything else occur in the game that you feel might be related to or could had an effect in the past on you from your backstory? This is not for an XP thing. This is just a, do you think anything may be linked to you?
I think I would have to say whenever I used my mechanical knowledge to make that contraption to help rescue people is just showing signs that my my usefulness, like I'm not just repairing stuff, I'm like making stuff to also help people out. I feel like it's just improving like my character's like end goal to like get to know more about all the mechanics in the universe from being just a simple farm girl in Corellia.
Okay.
All the way up to here.
All right. Anybody else? Anything that happened or occurred during the game that you feel like may have effect on your backstory or may be connected to your backstory in some sort of way?
I think like Markus is like sort of taking charge of so much of the situation when like in the immediate aftermath of like a big tragedy or event and shit, and like organizing the people and trying to get everybody calmly and safely like in the different thing. I think that's it was said like that's like a thing of his childhood of like it talks of his childhood, how like he naturally came to positions of like being sort of like a center point or like a focus of like using his voice to help people organize and better like help themselves, like to keep the people calm in a time when they want to panic.
Yes.
I think that could be attributed to like his past.
There we go. Yeah. Sorry, I figured out the sound issue, so if you saw me make a funny face, it's because it was really loud in my ears. Yeah, okay. How about you, Doc? Anything that occurred during the game you feel might affect your backstory, had something connected to your backstory, anything like that?
Not really anything specifically connected to Doc's backstory.
I got you. That's cool. Okay. The reason I ask these questions is not to put anybody on the spot or anything like that. It is to, if you perceive something that's happened during the game kind of affecting your character, that's a thread I want to know about so we can build on that in the future. And I ask that because I want to know about it and the viewers at home might want to know about it. So, it is a tabletop technique, but I don't feel like a lot of people actually use it or talk about it very much. So, that is just a tabletop thing in general. I mean, thank you to my players.
Doc is
sorry.
Doc has now been through some harrowing shit with these people, so.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's gone from a relationship of convenience to something a little bit more deep, I think.
Yes, for sure. I think I talked with DT about this, but I can talk about it publicly because it's not a thing that's happened yet or might not happen. I was thinking about at one point starting like a Patreon for like the Heroes and Fables channel, and like having like exclusive after we play for like a month, talk about our characters and put on there and that type of stuff, where you feel like your characters are and stuff like that. Just something I've been thinking about. Let us know if that's something you guys are interested in the future, because at the moment it's not in the plans, but it was an idea I was floating around in my head. But thank you to my players for joining us, for joining me and coming back after a couple weeks not playing Star Wars. I know it was a little kind of sucky that we weren't playing there for a couple weeks, but we're off Naboo now. The conspiracy is not solved, but it's definitely been investigated quite a bit. Oh, also, shit, I should have said this in game. Everybody gains 5 obligation, and you gain the tag for that obligation as oh, I gotta set up the post credit. Fuck. Okay, flashback before I thank the players. Post credit scene. I forgot to say because I got too wrapped up in that other thing. Post credit scene is when you guys were leaving the hangar bay. Up in the rafters, we see through the lens of a scope focused on you guys as you leave through the hangar bay. Like a blaster rifle scope. And a voice says, I have a shot. I can take the shot. And another voice responds, hold your fire, as you guys left the hangars. And that's where we're going to leave that session.
Well, that's a pretty significant post credits, Josh.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Actually. My bad.
As a last second thing, I mean, come on, man.
Whoa. My bad. That might be. Look, man, I have to track a lot of things. I make mistakes. It happens. But yeah, that's the post credit. Thank you to my players for joining us. I know it's been like a little bit of a two-week hiatus, but I love you guys. I love that you came back, and I love that we're playing Star Wars again. And I can't wait for next week. We're off Naboo. We're going to be going back to Nar Shaddaa. And you're going to be collecting your monies and all that stuff. I
look forward to collecting the reward. I look forward to fueling up the ship again on Geba's payroll, you know? So that'll be nice. Yeah. And just, you know, if you're having a hard time out there right now, I know some people are, you know, keep your head up. It's okay. You know, you're not alone. Things can be rough sometimes, but we're always here. Come hang out with us. Come chat with us. Come be with us here today, or in Discord voice chats, or wherever you are. If you just need somebody to hang around with, and just, you don't want to be alone, come be with us. You're not alone. You'll never be alone. Not while I'm around. God damn it. Sellout mode. I'm a dice maker, guys. I make and sell dice on Etsy. 902 Dice Creations. Polyhedral D&D type dice like this. These bad boys are up for sale right now. These Squirtle dice I made. They're very blue and beautiful. You can get them right now on the dice shop. Maybe we'll do some giveaways in the future. It'd be kind of cool on the stream. DT and I do a podcast on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern on the other Twitch channel, the Josh902 Twitch channel. We're going to be talking about, I believe, Guardians of the Galaxy, the new one, Volume 3. Yeah, Guardians Volume
Monday.
3.
We're going to be talking about that because we've both seen it. We're going to give our thoughts on it. We talk about the gaming news, television news, movie news, all that. And make sure to go check out the YouTube. I put the VODs up on YouTube if you missed most of this episode or you're just catching it on Twitch. The VODs are on the YouTube, same as my name. Daniel's dice are green screened out.
I was gonna so you're talking about your dice. I'm like, I have a set of 902 dice creations set of dice.
We showing off Josh dice.
That's right.
Yeah, it blend in with the camera so you can't see them.
They're green.
This is my D20, but it blends in. Look at that. I can cover my face with it.
That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, DT's got some. Derper's got a couple sets. He's getting them out.
Look at this, guys. They come in a sick ass little baggie, dude. Hell yeah.
Mine's coming up. Mine.
I didn't have those baggies, Derper. Those baggies are new. Those baggies are new.
I'm an OG man. I got a fancy plastic.
I actually think DT is the first person to get one of those baggies.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, because I had just gotten them. My mom had picked me up some. My mom picks up stuff like from secondhand stores and stuff. She's like, "You can use this in your dice shop, right?" And she'll give them to me. So those are. You can thank Mama 902 for that because she's the one that got those.
Shout out to Mama 902, man. That's a nice baggie. I'll tell you what.
God, which ones to show? Which ones to show?
But yeah, the dice shop is doing well. I've been having a lot of fun getting back into it. And we also stream dice making on the Josh902 Twitch channel sometimes. I'm working on a commission now. I do commissions too. I'm going to go ahead and throw over to DT. DT, do your shout outs, my friend. What do you got for me? What do you got coming up? Where are you streaming? All the things.
I stream. You can follow me on twitch.tv/DT3. That is DT III. And I got a YouTube as well. You can go check that out. Same thing, youtube.com/@3. Yeah, I got some streams coming up. Like Josh said, we'll be doing the podcast this upcoming Monday, talking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Looking forward to talking with him about that because we do have some things to discuss. Apart from that, I'll be streaming. Currently playing one of the Tiny Tina games, and then after that I will be starting my journey in the world of Dragon Age. So keep an eye on that. That's coming up pretty soon.
Oh boy.
Dragon Age Origins, baby. That we're starting that here pretty soon.
No.
But yeah, that's all I got coming
Exciting.
up. So just stay tuned. You know, keep an eye out on things, and we'll see you guys next time. And also, yeah, thanks everybody for being here. We had everybody today, so that was awesome. It's good having everybody here, and it's fun playing as always. I hope we don't have to wait 2 weeks to play again because I want to play now that we're back in the swing of things. So hell yeah, good stuff, everyone.
Especially with
Derper.
that post-credit scene. Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But also really quickly,
Yeah.
just shout out to you as well, Josh, for all DMing
appreciate you.
keeping, and just you got to DM and GM and do production and DMs and all kinds of crazy shit at the same time. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Derper, any shout outs, buddy? Anything you want to shout out so we can get you some sleep? Or Derper's ponytail or your headphones, whichever ones want to talk to us, because that's what we're looking at right now.
Sorry. Shit.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about more Josh dice.
Yeah. There you go.
My favorite, the Sakura,
the pinks.
The Sakura glass.
Yeah, the Sakura glass
really
ones. Those are nice.
Yeah, I really love coming back here. Also, so shout out to you and sponsors of Power Nap. It's very fun having everyone, and I definitely can't wait to see more, especially this unknown Fred. Like, I wonder who the fuck they were going to shoot at, because there was some interesting choices in the group. So I can't wait to discover that, and also go back to Nar Shaddaa and meet Geba the Slimy.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
All right. Bigfoot, any shout outs, buddy? Any shows anything you just want to talk about? Like what do you got going on, buddy?
First off, shout out to you for DMing and
of course
making the game extremely fun. Shout out to everybody for coming and having a great time playing the game and making this just a really fun time. Shows, I've been watching a lot of shit. I've been on track. I finished Lost. I'm gonna start reading the Dune books soon.
Oh yeah,
extended Dune books. And continue my way through some of the Star Wars joints as well. Shouts out to you.
All right. And last but not least, Loki, my friend. Any shout outs? What do you got? What you doing?
Just shout out to Val as normal, Val of Valhalla. She streams on here. Been playing some Valorant lately, so go check that out.
Playing Valorant, Val.
And right now, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is consuming my life, and if I had a capture card, I'd be streaming it, but I don't. So, but it's good. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's really good.
All right. Make sure to go follow all these lovely people that we've mentioned. Shout out to Jedi Survivor, because that's kind of what knocked us out for a week, and then the other thing afterwards. And if you haven't had a chance to play it, go play it. DT and I played it. We talked about it on the podcast. It's so good. It's so good.
Definitely gonna pick that up when it's on a sale, because I'm gonna love that.
It's so good if you can, and they're patching it to fix up those tech issues. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I know DT did too, and I know Bigfoot is going through it, and so we're not going to talk spoilers. But man,
I had a great time with that game.
I had a really good time with that game, and I'm really looking forward to more Star Wars games in the future. Because man, I feel like we missed them for like 10 years, like for the most part. In closing, that's going to do it for the show. And we'll see you guys next Saturday, I hope. So goodbye. Take care of yourselves. And we love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.